Hello, and welcome to yet another Q&A Thursday where we've got the full crew back in action.
Feels good.
Feels good. I'm your host, Dane, and to my right, co-host Levi Gates, also fellow full host, but co-host doesn't mean lesser, it just means adjacent.
Full host.
Full host.
I like that. Thank you, Dane. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Feels good to be here. It's
a
beautiful Friday Eve.
And to my left, we've got Anthony Fisher.
Thanks for having me. It is a beautiful Friday Eve.
As Grant Hawtrey has so cleverly pointed out here, I'm blocking it, but Levi, 501 Jeans Gates.
That was my 501 was always that was my pager number.
That's a great
when my friends needed to know that it was me paging them.
Yeah.
I put 501 in there, and then usually like 501, 911, and they're like, oh, I better call Levi back. That was what they would do back in the old days. Also, 501 was a opposite nickname to the point that my gym teacher called me Wrangler.
Wow. Okay.
Instead of 5, because Levi 501s was 2 on the nose. He would give everybody a nickname in PE class.
Yeah.
So you were Wrangler.
I was Wrangler.
That's a pretty cool nickname.
And when I ran into him at a funeral later this year,
much like an actual Wrangler,
he still saw me. He's like, Wrangler, what's up, man? And I'm like, I'm a 42-year-old man.
And you knew.
And you're in your 70s, and you still call me Wrangler. Pretty crazy.
He could have called you Jinko.
He could have. But at the time, they weren't a thing. You got to remember, this is 1996 when he gave me that.
Yeah, Jinko jeans were what, late 90s.
Well, not in Boise, they weren't yet.
That's true.
Boise
we were
fashion.
a little bit behind on the...
Much like, you go to certain countries and you're like, oh, this is what the U.S. was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, we were hot on cords, Patagonias, and what else was there? It was a lot of fleece, a lot of corduroy.
Yep.
Birkenstocks that look like the shell shoes, and those weird clogs that everybody would wear back. That was what everybody wore in '96.
All right, we got Dane Harper Jr., Hennon, and Anthony Filet of Cod Fisher.
Yeah,
that's right.
Filet of Cod.
Congratulations.
Tastes so good, yeah.
All right, so
Delicious.
anyway, housekeeping. Before we get to anything else, what do you guys got?
Not a whole lot, Dane. It's been a pretty simple, it's nice having the whole team back. Last night we did have our company Christmas party at Wahoo's.
It was really
family
fun.
Entertainment.
Honestly, it was great.
So
Loved
I
it.
couldn't find the back room for a little while of where we were going. That was the only thing that I thought was very strange. I had to ask an attendant.
It was a whole new addition to the building.
And then she pointed to a sign, and I was like, oh, there it is right there. Yeah. And then I followed the signs.
When was the last time you were there?
So I was there
for a decade.
I haven't been there in like a year and a half or 2 years. Hadley had a birthday.
Okay.
And I went with her. And we had a birthday party in the back room, and it was garbage. It was pretty piss poor for a back room birthday party. I was like, wow, this is a janky place. But
you've clearly never been to a Chuck E. Cheese birthday
No, Chuck E. Cheese is at a higher standard than the Wahoo's birthday. No, it is. Better than, at least there's animatronics.
I say they could have at least moved the mop bucket, right?
Yeah, right? Yeah,
There's so many things that need to be detailed.
It was one of those.
Chuck E.
But
Cheese.
after the new remodel, wow.
Yeah.
That was a classy joint.
No, this place, it looked like a
use the
Vegas
bathroom?
convention hall. It was nice.
I did not.
Ooh, bathrooms. Beautiful tile work.
They were.
Wow.
Backlit mirrors.
Backlit mirrors. Wow. I mean, just stunning. I walked in the bathroom, I was like, I wonder if Anthony's been in here. This is a gorgeous
Considering
facility.
this
I
is
thought
a
maybe when
place-
you had to take Lucy to go do a diaper change that maybe you went in there.
Oh, no, I didn't.
And,
It's surprising because it's a place where kids have their grubby paws all over everything, so you wouldn't expect it to be nice.
No, but then I saw all the different companies. That was the other thing. So many different companies having their Christmas parties last night there too.
CHF, Home Furnishings.
Yeah, that was great. Jackson's Food Stores.
Which I'm sure you were a fan to see.
So people don't really know the context. The place that this was hosted at is called Wahoo's. It's called the Wahoo's Family Fun Zone or a Family Fun Center or whatever you want to call it.
They got go-karts.
Back in the day, it had a much cooler name. It was called Boondocks, which was a badass name. Everybody was down to go to Boondocks. It was just a
bumper boats, dude.
It was just sweet, right? And the vibes of the Boondocks was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then they said, "Hey, we've sold it, and now it's being opened as Wahoo's." And we go, "That's literally the worst name you can call."
With a Z, Wahoo's with a Z.
It still sucks. Yeah. And so they opened up Wahoo's, and it became less cool to go there because it wasn't cool in high school or the first few years of college to say, "Hey, would you like to go to Wahoo's?"
Yeah, you go to Pojo's.
Yeah,
Pojo's is way more
is
fun.
Well, but wait, if you would have said, "Hey, do you want to go out to Boondocks with me and go play
No, I would have been
golf?"
No, I would have
Pojo's
gone
is
no.
cool, but it also has kind of
Too far of a drive. I live in East Boise, my friend.
my
Pojo's
gosh.
also kind of had a grimy quality to
Yeah,
it. Though.
Pojo's is a nickel arcade.
It's where you go get a little dirt under your
I
fingernails.
went to college with a girl whose parents owned Pojos, and
play on a broken machine.
she looked like the girl of the parents who owned Pojos. Anyways,
Okay.
Whatever that means. Okay.
That's where this event was hosted, and so we were all very surprised to see that they have essentially built a very Vegas feeling convention like
hall, meeting rooms, ballrooms, really.
ballrooms that were very surprising to everybody. So that's
There was
kind of what we're
production
talking
quality.
about.
It was
It was
impressive.
very high end, very nice, delicious food. Holy cow!
By the way,
I know,
yes,
but they
very
need to
good.
change the name of the damn place, right?
Yeah.
I would never take that seriously saying, hey, we're going to a convention at Wahoo's. I would say, no.
Here's the thing,
That
though. It
doesn't
wasn't
make
called
sense.
Wahoo's for that particular convention part. It was called Galaxy something, right?
I know,
yeah, but
it's
they
in
renamed the whole place
Wahoo's.
Yeah.
to the Galaxy Center
It's
or whatever.
in
Then it
Wahoo.
makes
But it's
sense.
connected. Yes, you have to walk past a,
No,
spinning
Dane,
machine.
No,
you have
it
to
is
walk
Wahoo's.
into Wahoo's.
They call
Yes.
it the There was the Galaxy Lounge, and then the back is the Galaxy Meeting Rooms.
Right.
So if they just rename the whole company the Galaxy Center,
Yeah,
Yes.
that's way cooler.
then it's family fun.
If you're a kid and you hear you want to go to the Galaxy Center, you'd be like, yes.
yeah, right. Maybe that's the next step. We
Yeah,
don't know.
okay.
But
Well,
Maybe we should
point
do
is,
their marketing for them.
Maybe,
beautiful.
potentially.
But a delicious dinner.
So yeah, delicious dinner. The steak was surprisingly good. There was salmon. There was
Yes.
rice. There was
Mashed potatoes were
There was a bunch of really good food. And then after that, everybody got to go out, and whether they wanted to go play games or go do bowling in the
Yes.
21 and up bowling lounge
Yeah.
It was
that they
sweet.
have there called Pins. This is what doesn't make sense. That place is called Wahoo's, but it's got 3 separate entities built within
Correct.
it called Pins, a premium bowling lounge with a bar,
Yeah.
right? Then you have Galaxy.
Yeah.
Then you have Roaring
The
Springs,
Z
which is
Lounge.
right
It's definitely
next door.
not just a kid's place anymore. Like
Yeah.
they have gone after like Big Al's kind of market and tried to curb some
Yeah,
of that.
but Big Al's is a sports bar with games.
It's a
and-
bowling alley, but it has so much other stuff going
Yeah.
on. in
Point
it.
is,
yeah. Anyway,
we all got the bowling. We
Yes.
got food.
Yep.
Yes.
We got gift card or cards to go play some arcade games.
Yep.
And we got some passes to go play some of the other stuff. So Hadley and I did a little laser tag.
awesome.
that's
How'd that
fun.
go?
It was great. We because Jackson's was there, the place I get my soda from every morning. A couple of the folks there, I was playing laser tag with the marketing department of Jackson's, and so I was like, "Oh, you guys are marketing?" Because they kept going marketing against the store, marketing against this store.
Nice,
They have a
okay.
number of locations all around, and so it was funny to see. Because then I walked into Jackson's this morning and I said the same. I was like, "Hey, so didn't see you at the Christmas party last night?" And they're like, "What Christmas party?" And I'm like,
Oh.
I guess it was whatever stores did the most or best won it, which would make sense. The store across the street from my house is the one that all those girls were there, and I was like, "What are you guys doing here?" It's crazy. So anyway, it was just funny to see that was what was there. But we had fun. We did that. We did the like a curtain. You sit on a chair and you got a gun and it's 3-dimensional.
Yeah.
With like fans and stuff, and so
Yeah.
it makes you feel like you're on a ride.
Is it like elevation changes in there? Can you go up stuff or
Nope.
down stuff? It's all flat.
It makes you feel that way because the
Okay.
screen's so big and the fans blow on you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you go like, whoa, and the chairs jiggle just enough.
Oh, sorry. I was talking about the laser tag at this
Oh,
point.
the
not
laser tag,
yeah.
no, there was no smoke or fans.
Oh, okay.
But there
Okay.
were some elevation changes. There was a second story that you could run up the ladder or up the ramp up into. Let's just say my team lost. I was on the red team versus the green team. Red team lost, but I was the second top shooter
Okay.
on my team.
Runner-up? Not
Me
bad.
and the other guy who was the marketing director for
So it wasn't
Jackson's.
even a TRC person who made it.
No,
up
me
there.
and
All
him were
right.
the two that were really dominating against a number of 6-year-olds and Hadley and then a couple ladies.
Well, the
So
6-year-olds are smaller and more agile, so you have to look out.
they
for
were
that.
hiding a lot.
I would
but-
envision my laser tag
They were
experience would have
camping.
been very similar to that of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
lot like that.
When it would just be you just destroying these kids and like pushing them down.
There
and,
was a
like,
guy that was just literally staying in one spot.
Yeah.
And he was just like, "Boo, boo, 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 boo."
Now,
and he would just
unfortunately,
stand there and wait. And I'm like, you need to stop moving.
I know.
Anyway,
And I was going to say, I got to cut it short because we got a show to do.
anyway,
here.
point was, we had a great night last night. A lot of folks had a great evening themselves. We enjoyed ourselves. It was very nice of Jeff and Carolyn.
Yep.
Put that all together for us. It's been a long time since we've been able to do this because of COVID.
It's been years.
So super fun, really great. Other than that, As always, make sure you guys stay tuned for any of our upcoming sales that we're going to be having. So make sure you go to theragcompany.com, scroll all the way to the bottom, and make sure you're signed up for that newsletter.
You might get a surprise attack.
Anthony, if you want to kick us off.
Email newsletter.
Of course, Levi, I'd be happy to do that. Dan Pfeiffer with a good afternoon and word up from Minnesota. USA. It's a beautiful Friday Eve. Let's get the party started, TRC gang.
Yeah.
I am also excited. We got Jeff C. in the building saying, I'm getting set up to apply some Diamond Wheels coating here while I listen to the Q&A. Is there any benefit to applying a second coat? That's a good question. You don't really need to apply a second coat. We're fine.
Can if you want, but
you can if you want. I don't know if it stacks at that same level that 36 does, but I mean, you try it.
The body stuff makes more sense to later.
Oh my, Grant, says Alex Duar and Dewar, sorry.
There you go. Good correction.
It's been a while.
Mike C is saying, greetings, guys. Look forward to the show. Hey, we are too.
What's up, Mike?
There we go. Alex.
Alex saying, good afternoon from the deep south of Alberta. Fan boat is working great in the snow. Have a fantastic weekend. Thank you, buddy.
Oh, Alex,
now
you are so far from the south, but
he is southern Canada.
So I know southern Canada compared to southern California. I mean, there is quite a bit of distance there.
Much like I am in
like
East
acreages.
Boise, where I live. I'm the east of the West.
Yeah,
that's right. I'm in West Boise, but I'm the easternmost point of the West.
You're not an Eastern Boisean like myself.
Yes.
We have Bronk.
West.
Baruch.
All right.
That's what I said.
Hey, guys.
Followed up with.
I have a question. Do you recommend to polish my car headlights if they're just a little opaque? Yeah, you can totally do that. You can totally buff them out a little bit. That would help. The problem comes when they start to crack and fracture inside the lens housing.
Yeah,
you can clean them up, but you're not gonna have as much clarity anymore.
At a certain point, you're baking them in your oven and pulling the lens apart and fixing the inside. It becomes too much work. So, yeah.
We got Keith Jackson saying, season's greetings from Ireland. May I ask why you don't sell the microfiber kits in the European store like those that you have in your store? Bonus question, can you please recommend a towel to apply silky? Thanks. So the kits over in TRC EU, I know that they're not quite the same. And I think it's mainly because within this last few months, we've actually kind of redone some of our kits, and they're trying to kind of catch up to what we've been doing. And we want them to. I mean, that's the whole goal. I just think that they may not be at that point yet to where they're ready to start putting those together.
Basically, the reason we changed our kits was because it was really hard when we would run out of stock of something. To rebuild a new kit if we didn't have a towel that was part of that kit. So we rebuilt the kits to carry towels that we rarely ever run out of stock in.
Yeah, they're still great towels. I mean, it's just we wanted to make sure that we don't have those weird niche stock issues. So
it's incredibly...
And so we can create those kits, but we still have a team that has to put all those kits together here. And then if we're to sell them to the subsidiaries, they would have to buy those kits and then carry those as separate kits. Or they could take all their towels that they order, build their kits themselves over there. And really, we want that ability to make those decisions for themselves. So if they want to carry it, they can. All you got to do, Keith, write to TRCEU or write to Clean and Shiny and let them know that's what you want, or that you want to order one. And one of the great things about Rag Company EU is they'll put that in the next order. Same goes for John Holt, Clean and Shiny. They'll add one into the next order for you if that's what you want.
True.
They'll get it built. So, but yeah. And then Anthony, your favorite towel to apply silky.
I really like the FTW.
Yeah,
specifically
Can't go wrong with the FTW,
blue one.
ever.
I just like the way it feels, and I kind of just match it to that product, and it works fantastic. So, give the FTW a try. Hans Closen says, "Happy TRC Q&A
day."
Kimberly saying, greetings from Chicago. Big thanks to Rebecca and the entire TRC team working hard behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
Kimberly and Josh
They're
been doing
still working
a good job.
on a lot of those orders.
Well, and that was something we wanted to talk about too. Is that was part of the housekeeping. We got sidetracked with talking hot laser tag talk, but we are still a little behind on the orders that are going out. And one thing we had a discussion about this morning because we've seen a lot of folks have messaged myself, Anthony, Dane, as well as customer service going, hey, I placed my order. I still haven't seen that it's shipped yet. It's kind of crazy. we broke records this year.
It's not for
more
lack
sales,
of effort.
more sales than we've
Absolutely
ever had in years past. Here's the deal. They're still packing orders. They're still getting those orders out. But here's where our bottleneck has come in. We have a truck out there,
Semi-truck.
a semi-trailer from UPS that we fill. We ship through USPS and UPS primarily. Once that truck's full, we can't put any more in that
They
truck.
don't bring us another truck.
And they don't bring us another truck till
We
the
get
next day.
one per day.
That's it. And we've asked multiple times to the point that we started asking, hey, when you come by to drop something off, can you take some of these things?
Like,
And
bring
they
a trailer,
said-
detach it, grab the other one,
Yeah.
pull it forward, detach it. grab
UPS
the
said,
other
no,
one,
no,
put
no,
it back.
no, we can't do that. Also, they're running U-Haul trucks
Yeah.
because
Straight up rental
they need
U-Haul
more
trucks.
vehicles on the road because there's so many companies similar to ourselves that are just, you guys have been killing it
Yeah.
and buying lots of great stuff. And so they said, we just don't have, we're running out of what we have the ability to bring into our facility. So what we can get out every day is what we're getting out, physically able to load a truck every day.
Team is doing everything
Straight up
they can.
semi-trailer.
Yes.
Yeah. So be patient. Please be patient. The team is working super hard. They're
But they've been
putting
incredibly
out,
efficient. That's the best
it's
thing. Is like they
crazy.
really dialed
They've done a
in
great
everything
job.
they were doing.
But we're putting out a ton of orders every day and getting them stacked. And it's frustrating when it's like we're literally making room on the truck trying to figure it out. And we're not talking just brown trucks. We're talking a full-on semi-trailer.
We're
So
full-on 18-wheeler style trailer.
yeah.
You're
So-
too right, Levi. We have Darren, the hairy horsewife, saying, hello all, hope you all are well, and hello to the TRC crew. It's my favorite time of
What
the
up,
week.
buddy?
We love it
How
too.
are you?
Darren, we
Thanks,
appreciate you.
Randy Ricochet, my newest
gosh.
Facebook friend,
Hey, I
sent
added
me
it
a
too.
friend request the other day.
That was very nice.
Saying happy Thursday from Alabama, getting my sweet tea ready for showtime.
Oh
Nice
my
touch.
gosh, that Southern sweet tea.
That Southern Californian sweet tea.
That true South. What I like about the Southern California sweet tea is they add just a little bit of air pollution and a slight amount of lemon to it.
Ooh,
Right?
delicious.
To
Air
give it a-
pollution
sounds
plus
refreshing.
lemon. Give it that smoky
It's kind of like a
consistency.
smoky, citrusy feel.
Well, it's all about what you get when you're in Alabama, right?
Yeah.
You want that.
Yeah.
You want that smoky.
I want
you
to
know,
walk out of
kinda
there
feel.
with a case of the Alabama shakes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly what it is.
Mark Abar saying, I got my first bottle. My first
Just a
bottle
song
of
I
diamond.
know.
My first bottle of Diamond Body. Up next, a 77 vet. Can't wait for it tomorrow. Happy holidays, guys. Thanks, Mark.
Nice,
Remember,
man.
with
Have fun.
Diamond Body, wipe on, wipe off. About
Yeah,
a
they're
minute.
done.
That's all you got to need.
Wipe
That's all you
on,
need.
wipe off. Tom Kirby says, afternoon, TRC crew from a very warm Houston.
Woo, 83.
83 degrees. Yuck.
I don't even remember what that feels like now.
Wow, it was 20. It was 21 when I was getting gas this morning.
Next
Yeah.
week it's going
It
to be
was cold.
11.
Oh gosh, I'm not ready.
No.
So there is this weird temperature time.
Yeah.
10, 11, 0. I'm okay with that. I can handle that. My body's adapted
Well,
to that.
you stop feeling it after a
30s
certain point.
and up, I'm okay with that. I can handle that. It's that weird in between of like 15 to 30.
No, it's the 20s. It's the
It
20s.
is just really the 20s, I
the
think.
20s
It like
hurt
cuts.
you.
The
It
20s,
cuts.
like, it's the
It-
first level of like, it bites you.
It hurts you, and like you go, how cold is it? And then you check, and you're like, oh, it's 22 degrees, and it's like it
But the
pierces
humidity.
everything.
Yeah,
Humidity
it does.
cuts.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
because you're
pierces
never
everything.
like bundled up enough. Like I had a coat on, I had this flannel on, I had a hoodie on, I had a t-shirt on, and I walked outside to push my trash can, and I was like, oh, God, like
Everything froze up.
Yeah, it was like it was creaking and cracking
Yeah.
before I made it in the door.
So well, the thing is, though, I've been watching the Chris Hemsworth Limitless special
yeah,
on Disney Plus, right?
Right.
The National Geographic, and I'm watching that. And there's a whole episode on how the cold is actually good for you. You know, submerging yourself into
The Hoff method.
into sub
Polar
frozen
bear challenge,
temperatures,
etc.
right?
Right, correct.
And actually thriving in it and swimming in it and loving
Yeah.
it. I just don't think I'll ever do that in my
So I have
entire life.
so much arthritis in my body that I cannot.
Yeah.
I get cold water in the shower.
Yeah.
Yep.
When I'm waiting for it to turn on, when I stick my hand under there
Brutal.
to like check, hey, is it hot yet? And it just shocks me with the cold. It puts me in a bad mood. So when people go, ooh, I just take like a quick 1 minute, 30-second ice cold shower.
On a hot day, sure,
I go,
I'll do that.
no, I won't even do
on a
that.
cold
Not
day,
even
no.
on a hot day. I won't do
Oh,
that.
see, I'll do that.
So I have bad circulation.
My body
My
just
hands
doesn't
will
like
literally
that.
turn purple. My feet will turn purple. Just
Right.
that's just how I'm built, right?
Right.
But you know who could survive an ice challenge amongst us three is Dane.
Yes.
Dane, you could submerge
I've swam
yourself.
in freezing water before.
Dane
It
runs
was
hot
not
already
pleasant.
naturally.
Yeah.
He runs at about a 105
Oh no!
body heat.
I go in steam
Body temp?
around.
I
me,
would
just
love to
constant
see.
steam.
I would love to see
high
Dane
fever?
dip into an ice bath in front of us, and just
Yeah.
to see what his facial expression actually
Yeah,
is.
pain mostly.
I don't
but-
think. I
I don't think it would. I think
thrive.
it'd be Dane inspecting same
would-
face
he
as
would get
when
out
he
and
inspects
look
a
like Chris
microfiber
Hemsworth.
towel.
Oh
We'd be like-
wow!
we'd be like,
If I
what
could do that,
happened?
I'd be on that in a
Create a
second.
thermogenic reaction where it burned off
Thermogen.
all the fat.
Sounds like a
Wasn't-
great. We
wasn't
should
that
get him
a-
one of those containers. We'll put it on his deck. We'll fill it with water.
Yeah.
He can come out and break
That's what I was
break the
going to say.
ice
Isn't that
every
a
morning.
thing at like where you
Yeah.
go to like a tanning
Shad
salon,
does it
but
all the
instead
time.
It's like cryo treatment or something.
They
that
have
people
those
do?
too over in Bound Crossing, over right down the street from the MOSHQ. You too can enjoy some cryo freezing.
That's like a
technology.
very bougie thing. That
Yeah, they
people
do have it
though.
over by me.
That's,
I just-
that's for
I-
ladies who get injections in their forehead.
Dane,
and
I
stuff.
think you could do it. I think you could do it. What do you think?
it'd be
The
great.
ice challenge for Dane?
Ice challenge for Dane.
I'll
how,
do it.
How awesome would that be? Yeah.
There better be a good reason and possibly some money behind it for me
Charity.
to put up with
Yeah.
that, though.
We go to charity.
There you go. Our friends in beautiful Long Island,
Hey.
Long Island Detail Supply saying, good afternoon, TRC crew.
Good
What's up, boys?
afternoon.
Randy Ricochet saying, just got my second Black Friday delivery. Pretty
wow.
pumped to try out new Uno Advanced.
Yes,
Nice.
enjoy.
Thanks, man. And Philip Van Boeven saying, use diamond glass coating. I have to say, NG&T needs to create a glass cleaner based off the glass prep glass prep spray. Something special with glass cleaning prepping. So
It's pretty
that
awesome.
product is insane, and you can use it as a glass cleaner. Honestly, it cleans glass probably better than anything, and it's because of, like Avi said, if you guys go back to our live and watch it, he says it creates these because of the chemicals in it and what is it? What am I trying to think of?
I don't know.
There's a thing that's like a.
What's the substrate?
I forgot. No, it's
The substrate is what it attaches to.
Yeah.
It's like the soluble, not the solubles, but it's not the soaps. It's the
Detergent?
no.
It's
There's a.
You're
it's
having
like-
a brain fart right now.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Anyway, point is that stuff creates micro explosions on the glass, which cleans out all those little pits and all those little canals and valleys.
Now that just sounds made up, but I've seen it happen. So I know it's a thing.
Microscopically, it actually happens. That's
I mean,
the
I don't
crazy.
see actual.
I think it
explosions,
opens
but-
everything up,
Yeah.
and then I think that's why when you apply the coating itself, the coating it literally it sucks itself into the
Right,
glass.
if it's-
It disappears when you're putting it on there.
I think it's because of that glass prep.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
It's important because I did a glass the other day with just like PNS paint prep.
Yeah,
It didn't work. It didn't
didn't do the same thing.
It didn't do the same thing. The glass wasn't nearly as clean. So
Which in virtually any instance I've seen somebody mention online that I was trying to do the diamond.
Yeah,
you know,
it works.
and it didn't
It just-
work. It's because they didn't do the
but
prep.
it's their prep.
They didn't do the right prep, or they didn't do the advised.
I was
prep.
bummed because I didn't have any more glass prep
Yeah.
when I did this, and I thought, well, I'll make this work, and I cleaned the glass really good, and I did that. But
Use the correct prep.
that stuff's rock and roll. Rogue to Wavy saying, have you tried Absolute in a steamer? Yes, we have. Dan Pfeiffer, Jinko, we're out early 90s. Yeah, but Dan, you're in beautiful Minnesota where
Yeah.
fashion runs
You
at a
guys
high,
were fashion
high
forward.
end all the time.
I don't think Minnesota is popular for their fashion.
He's saying they had the Jinkos. You never
Yeah,
know.
those
I just
guys,
know in Boise, there were maybe a couple kids that had Jinkos, but they were kids that rode the bus.
Remember, Prince is there.
Or
I
lived
was
downtown
I
for
had
fun.
Jinko shorts and I rode the bus.
Yeah.
I only had the shorts. I didn't have the full jeans. I had the jean
Yeah.
shorts.
Let's be
Yeah, the
honest.
weird
The
kids
shorts
had the
were
jeans.
basically
And-
jeans in any other
Okay,
brand.
they were, but
they
they
were
had-
like male capris.
They had the crown on
but
them,
they were
Yeah.
baggy.
right?
But you got to
Sweet.
remember, we lived in the Pacific Northwest in the 90s.
The
So
home of
this
grunge
is, yeah,
and
you're talking
flannel.
about grunge and flannel
'cause
and
I-
all that.
well, 'cause when-
like
well-
today, I'm wearing cords and a flannel shirt.
When I
Yeah.
moved here in my early teenage years, I looked at what everybody was wearing and I said, "This isn't what people dress like in California.
Nope.
This is different."
Not at
right?
all, completely different.
Yeah, it was definitely a culture shock.
Jojo Crawdaddy saying, hey guys,
To which he follows up.
loving Absolute, also using it around the house. You guys using it on stainless glass and granite? You can.
You can.
Yep, absolutely.
David Boyce saying, my three dudes are back. What's
to
up,
be back,
David? How are you,
David.
man?
Hey. Alex.
Dewar saying, gonna catch us later. Speaking of 501, if you were a pant, what would you be? Bye. Ha 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 ha. I don't know. I enjoy my normal tactical pants.
Okay.
I like
Mine
the
would be
movement,
stretchy.
stretch.
Whatever they are, they can stretch.
Yeah.
I'd be a jogger, right?
Nice.
Just because I like.
So we all
to
like
be
comfort.
Built for speed and comfort.
Cargo jogger specifically because I like the ability.
You like the utility.
The extra
of them.
pocket.
To the utility of that, right?
yeah.
I like the flexibility. I like the fact that I'm not too hot and I'm not too cold.
Yeah.
And really, I'm showing a little ankle, right, for when I want to feel a little more sexy for people.
But hold on, let's take this another route.
I'm a adventure action man pant style.
Yeah.
So I like the tactical ones. They can have some cargos, but I like a more concealed cargo.
Yeah.
I want people knowing that I got cargos on.
Right,
But I
right.
want to be able to hide stuff in those pockets.
You could be packing, but you don't want people to know.
Then I
Right.
want to be able to. I like one of the fine features that I like about those pants with the zip off legs. I can just give them a little crack.
The old zip off lay. I
Just
forgot
a little-
about those
just
pants.
a little. Just a
Let
little
some
elbow.
air in.
It's like
right?
middle
Let some
school
air
all
in.
over again.
Just let some air in. That when I'm on a plane,
Yeah.
I like it because I can just if I get too hot, it's like a vent. I can just
Well, and
crack
your,
them open.
wife is extremely attracted to zip off pants.
Yep.
Right?
Exactly.
I mean, I know that I know when women see you, they go,
They go.
they
"Whoa."
go. So those zip off and become shorts, and you go, yeah. And
In a
they
matter
go
of
back to
seconds.
pants.
But
Boom. Down.
My point
What are you
being the
gonna think?
contrast, not what would you want to be, but what do you think realistically fitting your
That's
actual
me.
attributes
That is
would you
literally
be?
me.
I
That's
think
what I would
that's
be.
pretty accurate.
Or stretchy
Are you
jeans.
a jogger though, or are you more rigid?
What's that even mean, rigid?
Just in your thought process, you could be very focused. You get latched onto things like
I know, but I'm not a skinny. What are you going to say? I'm a skinny jean guy?
I don't know what would fit in with like the hardcore crowd.
I don't know.
He's not even that much of a hardcore kid.
Not that much. Not
I grew up with
visually,
hardcore
but I'm
kids.
thinking like in terms
doesn't
of the
do enough-
headspace,
he
what
doesn't
kind
do
of
enough
pant would you
heroin.
into?
I don't know what pant I am.
And on that
would
note,
assume
we're
it's a
moving on.
jogger. All right.
Grant Hotry saying Chuck E.
Just make it
Cheese
more
makes
challenging.
poos and wheeze.
Oh no!
So, have you guys ever been
Jeez,
to
boys, you sound like you want to build a pizza planet at Hal's Toy Barn. You got a friend in me. Toy
Have
Story.
You got
Have
a
you guys
friend
ever
in me.
been to a Chuck E. Cheese where you can see the
the
dust?
animatronic?
Yes.
Dust on it.
No, the one in Boise has that. I took Hadley. We took
Have
Hadley.
you ever seen the dust on top of them?
Tacoma, Washington, 1997.
Like there is
pinpoint.
visible with the lighting from the uplight, the can lighting that they had above. At least the one I had in California, they had the can lighting that shined down on it, and you could see when they would move. You
Yeah.
could see kind of like
The dust move.
dust
Yeah.
in the air.
Oh.
And God,
Yep.
is the animatronic
Memories.
still pretty good? The Boise one?
No, they're really like
Didn't
they
they
click
like
and clatter.
refurbish that one?
They did. They remodeled it, but it's still the same.
Still awful.
Same,
So,
same
so
animal
it's still a
robots.
dinner and a show if you want it to be.
Yeah, you could take Lucy
Go grab
there.
a pizza.
You
It's
go-
Very
pizza's
generous
very
use of
buttery.
the word show.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of butter on it.
They still have the
It's
ball
so
pit.
much butter.
No,
No ball pit.
Oh.
I don't know what they did after COVID, but when we went previous, they had a ball pit, but it was a very
Because what I
cheesy
loved about
one.
the ball pit was that it had this nice film across all of
Yeah,
the
Everything
balls.
feels a little
Yeah.
greasy.
And you go, "What
and
is
it's
that?"
probably not food grease. It's kid grease.
Currently
Yikes.
74 degrees in Georgia from Jeremy Kissler. Can't wait to wash my Tacoma in the morning. P.S. I have what was Quick Detailer on the way. Never used it before. How's it?
will
Where did you
enjoy
get
it.
it from, Jeremy?
Yeah, where'd
Probably,
you find
probably
that
got
stuff?
it from the UK.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh man, it's just enjoy it.
It's
just
a
an
rockin' formula,
experience.
my man.
It's a beautiful
So,
experience.
so here's some advice.
Have some fun.
Jeremy. Use it, enjoy it, and just know that once you get to the halfway point, if you just absolutely love it and you want to keep it going, you can cut it 1-to-1 with distilled water
Yeah.
and keep it going a little bit longer if you want to.
without any effect.
I just know. I mean,
Doesn't
so
fall
somebody asked on. So
Yeah, I saw that.
Tony. Tony had asked.
Yeah.
You know, does anybody have any quotes, Quick Detailer lying around? Right.
yeah,
Do I have a couple bottles
hidden.
hidden? Yes.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I do have a couple bottles. Those are for my personal, myself. Right.
Yeah, they're in a shadow box in
sometimes
your
after I
garage.
get done shaving my entire body, I like to
Oh,
go over
my.
and just smell a bottle.
Right.
Just to bring back.
Well, it's
that experience.
like we said, it is an experience. A freshly shorn corpus, and then having, your bottle of Wowo's Quick Detailer to smell.
Yeah.
It's an experience.
Is it just my imagination, or has there been a resurgence in people talking about it online? In the
There
last
has been.
There has
yes,
been.
Yes, there has been a lot of people.
I feel that. I've seen
Harry
that
Housewife saying Waxstock dates are released, and it's a 2-day event this year. Are you guys excited?
Oh
yes.
my gosh, Darren, we're so excited.
Can't wait,
Yeah.
Darren.
I can't wait for that honey. You bring me that.
You're gonna bring some of
bring
them
me
honey.
that honeycomb.
I know. We're gonna chew
Raw
that
honey.
up. It's
Can
gonna be
you make sure
delicious.
it's clean though? I don't want any legs in my honeycomb.
Yeah, I don't mind the legs so much.
I don't want that.
Hans say it yelling
know
out
what honey is,
TRC. Bear
Don't ruin
Wilson.
that for me.
Company screamers. Here we go.
If you want to pick up your favorite Coach Kemi product available so far, what would it be? Gosh, there's so many, Bear.
Motorplast.
So many.
It's just GSF for me. I mean, that's what I love that soap.
I like
so
Magic
much.
Wheel Cleaner. I like FSC.
Magic Wheel Cleaner's awesome.
I love Top Star. I ran out of that this weekend, and I was kicking myself.
Did you? The whole liter?
I bought 3 liters.
Whoa.
Holy crap.
I need to buy a 5 liter.
Are you
Sounds
spraying
like
it?
Yeah.
You're still spraying. You got a sprayer on it? Yeah.
Well, no, I put it in another spray bottle, and then I and then I.
Oh, okay. Then you spray it. Yeah. It
It kind of depends on what you're looking to do.
I
Top
dress.
Top
I go
Star is
around.
better when sprayed. It really
I
is.
dress the car.
Yeah.
I literally dress and spray all the plastics. I don't
And
do
are
the
you
leather.
doing a douse or are you just doing a couple sprays?
I'm spraying all the plastics.
You're putting a layer on.
Put about 3 sprays per panel.
because
right?
you're getting that insane UV protection from.
Get
Top
all that
Star.
on there. Then I spray my towel. I go all the way around the car. Then I spray my towel.
Take a sniff.
Get my air.
Oh my
I
God,
do. Yeah,
so
spray
good.
it. I sniff it. Then I get my air. And then I start back over at the spot that I first sprayed at because now it's ready.
Yeah.
Then I take my towel, I wipe the
I
whole
see what
panel
you're
down,
doing.
and I
Okay.
spray out all the nooks and crannies
Yeah.
on my panels. Then I go to my dash and the center console, all that stuff, around the bottoms of the seats, the B-pillars, work my way around to the back seat, door panels, and then make my way all the way back up to the front. Then when I'm done, the car is dressed and a perfect matte finish.
So it's a
Smelling
satin
great,
matte, yeah.
satiny matte finish. If I spray it and I leave it overnight, it's a glossy finish. And it looks delicious.
The thing, I mean, I'm a guy where I take my Polestar, right? Usually cut 10-1, right? Go through the car, give it a quick clean, right? And then I do lay on that Top Star pretty heavy. I don't go heavy around like the speaker holes and things like that.
I do. It's not going to hurt anything.
I know. I just I'm weird about my speakers, right? But I mean, I like to lay it on. I just noticed that when I get in that car that next time,
It smells good.
the smell is amazing, and I look around and I just go, "Wow, everything is so deep and dark." I love the deepness. It's just that
depths.
I feel like it's a true OEM restoration situation. But anyway, Mike C says, if someone says, "Nah, man, I'm good using microfiber towels from the local gas station," how should I effectively persuade him to use Rag Company towels?
Just say those are good for cleaning the toilet.
Yeah.
Some people are more resistant
That's about it, man.
to the
You
level with
don't-
which you
I mean,
try to
You
persuade
don't know
them.
what you don't know. You know what I'm saying? If a
Yeah.
guy drank RC Cola his entire life and you maybe came up to him and said, "Hey, man, have you tried Coca-Cola?" Or, sorry, Pepsi.
I beg your pardon.
Then he said, "Oh, no, I'm good with the RC Cola." And you're like, "Dude, you just got to try it. Maybe give
you
him one
ever
to try."
tried it?
Then I bring them a tab and everything's game
I also
over.
usually try to pay my kids to try something new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
But the thing, I grew up in a Shasta household.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw
I'm
that out
sorry.
there. right
I understand. I understand.
now. My,
Good enough. Good
My-
enough soda.
My mom was a store brand mom, you know. So I got Little Debbie's, right? Because that was before Little Debbie's was even really cool.
Store brand
I mean,
other stuff is
But-
great in a lot of
but-
cases, but the sodas, nah.
well, I know. So I was a Shasta. We were a Shasta
Pops.
family.
Yeah, there was a dark time in my life
And
where I was a Shasta
My
man.
mom,
Dr. Thunder.
my mom thought we were like
Diet
really
Shasta.
into grape Shasta soda, right? So it's all she
You
bought
want a
was
can
like
of purple?
and like she would come home with all this grape Shasta, and she's like, "I got more of that grape Shasta." I'm like, and I told her, like, "Mom, nobody likes
Well,
grape
honey,
Shasta."
you drink it so much.
Like,
That's because it's the
no,
only thing you get me.
It's exactly what it was.
This
It was
is self-fulfilling
it was lemon.
prophecy.
It was lemon lime Shasta or grape Shasta. So it was always green
Well.
or purple in my fridge, and I was always like, so my friends would come over, like, "Hey, do you have any soda?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, come over
Yes.
here." And
They look and say, like, "That's
they
kinda
go-
weird."
So they go Shasta. Eh? I go, "Well, yeah. I mean, this is what I'm working with." And they go, "Well, nobody likes grape soda." I said, "Well, I have it."
That's
And they
not true. Lots of people like grape soda. I like grape soda, but
You
not
like
not
grape
like
soda?
in huge doses. I like it occasionally as an interesting
Full
treat.
sugar grape soda is literally like syrup,
It'll
dude.
light
It
you up
is
as a
it is
candle.
syrup.
You might as well be
That's what that
spraying
is.
power clean in your throat.
Anyways, I grew up in a Shasta family, so
Yeah.
maybe I wouldn't have known if somebody would have
Correct.
came up to me and said,
Have you ever had a
man,
delicious
have-
Pepsi product?
"Have you ever experienced real Mountain Dew?"
Yeah,
Right? I would have
yeah.
been like, "Real Mountain Dew." I'm like, "I know Mountain Thunder, right,
Yeah.
or whatever the heck
Yeah,
it was
they're
called."
like,
Dr.
no,
Thunder
it's the
was the
real
Dr.
thing.
Pepper
what's it called?
knockoff.
What was it called? Mountain something. Mountain.
Yeah.
Whatever the heck it was.
Yeah.
But I would have been like, "Oh well, I don't know. I'm pretty fine with." Shasta,
Yeah.
it's cheap, you know.
Yeah.
It does.
You,
Does the
you
job.
get a, you
The
get a
job.
12. I think back in the day it was 12
Like a buck.
No, it was 12 cans for
Like
I think it was
$2
two.
or
It was like
$1.50.
$2.98 or something. It was like
cheap.
$3 for 12
Really
cans.
cheap.
So now that we've ventured so far off the point, what do we say to this guy?
That literally what you say. They don't know. You don't know till you know
Exactly.
till you try it. Give them one of the towels, Mike.
That's the best thing you can do. Give them something to try.
Sheldon saying, "What's up, guys? Will Rags to Riches get the nano diamonds out of the microfibers? I watched Jamie the Cleaner apply Diamond Body with an FTW and was curious about it. So, yeah, it'll wash. As to a microscopic level of that, I can't say yes or no.
I don't think that you would notably like feel them in the towel.
Them.
But I mean, you could do your own test. I just wouldn't recommend like reusing it on perfected paint. That's what I would avoid using.
Nash Smalley, happy Friday Eve. What's up, man? Dino, happy Friday Eve, guys. Got to skip this one and watch it later. Take care, you guys rock. Nope. What's up, buddy? Harry Housewife, any tips on cleaning farm vehicles? Ooh, a lot of pressure, a lot of water.
Yeah, you can be a little less gentle.
Go watch Darren. Go watch the Clean Team and watch Jack wash that tractor and stuff. Like, it's a mud, bro. You're in mud. That's it. It just sucks.
I remember when I painted that BMW's brake calipers with school bus paint. I mean, that stuff is crazy tough. That tractor paint.
Yeah.
Hans,
nobody thought that was
serious business.
Not a tough thing to do. You could have
just hold up to all kinds of stuff. That's why it goes on your brakes.
I put tractor paint on the red truck. That was what I did the grilling. It's tractor paint.
No.
It'll survive the apocalypse.
Why all of you started going for tractor products?
The reason I went for it is because I heard
strong
he
and
used
durable,
it, and I needed something cheap but extremely durable for that project.
Emerald.
So I went for it, and it worked.
I went with True 2K Clear. I used a respirator.
That's the bougie option.
Poor Jimmy did not have a respirator. Do you know how dangerous 2K Clear is?
That stuff is gnarly.
It is exceptional.
There are a lot of
pretty much
warnings
shortened.
on that bottle.
You took 10 years off of Jimmy's life.
Yeah, I know.
Poor guy's not even that old.
Need to apologize for that.
Hans, too bad I didn't get my Halloween order all the way in the Netherlands.
Oh, buddy.
I still didn't. You still haven't got it? What the heck, man? It's probably still in
the authorities probably got their
Sheldon saying Dragos. Dragos are my favorite towel. Take Q's and Beadmaker paired with a Drago is mint. We've heard a rumor that there is loose Dragos around the building somewhere.
A bag of them.
A bag of them.
Just a singular
bag. 25.
There's like 25 mint. Like
so that might pop out anytime in the coming future.
As like a very lightning sale special or something.
Yeah, it's the only bag. It'll be like a bid.
Well, unless anybody still has around the country.
I mean,
Tom Kirby says to the Harry Horsewife, tip number 1, remove the farm animals from the vehicle.
Yeah, that's a good one right there.
Yeah.
Good one.
Oh, we got Lars in the house.
Hey,
good
Lars.
afternoon,
What's up, buddy?
Hey.
Joshua Solis, good afternoon, or good all. Hello, all. I would like to create a touchless wash solution by mixing an APC with a pH-neutral shampoo in a foam cannon. Any recommendation?
Just buy Active Foam or Super.
Honestly,
just buy Active or Super, and then you don't have to worry about it.
That's what it's for.
I mean, other than buying both products, I mean, otherwise you'd buy Green Star or Green Star and Gentle Snow Foam, and you could combine those two to create
or Snow and Forced.
Or Snow and Forced. But really, I don't know. I would just go and like Active Foam or Super Foam will do exactly what you're looking for.
They're built for that exact purpose.
And they smell arguably better.
Weirdly, for something as strong as they are, they do smell great.
Yeah.
Darren
saying, Kirby, good point. I don't want to be snow foaming sheep or ceramic coated goats.
Yeah, I know.
And then Grant says,
ceramic goating.
Day 429. I'm working on a yellow Evo 7 to ship to Anthony for Christmas so my family doesn't get nailed to his roof as a live Christmas nativity scene. Please like, share, and sub to all TRC media. Thank you, Grant. We really appreciate it. I know your family appreciates it.
How's Grant's family
They know
doing?
you love him.
So they're doing good. They're not used to the cold, right? Because this time of year, it's warm down there, right?
Yeah.
Their Christmas is in the summertime.
It's opposite time
right?
for them.
They're going swimming. They're doing fun things like that.
Well, they're thinking about doing that kind of stuff.
They're thinking about that kind of stuff. But the thing is, with nailing them to the roof, right? It's great because instead of having to buy animatronics, right? They're truly screaming for help, right? But it's funny because I got them like kind of masked off so you can't see, so they're muffled. So it's just them dancing. So when cars are waving by, they're like this with lights attached to them. Whoa. And everybody goes, how'd you get that so realistic? And I go, trick of the trade, baby. It's just is what it is.
I was wondering, I saw a newspaper article talking about like best attractions in Boise for the holidays. And it looked like your house was on there. And I was like, wow, I'm so proud of you. You've come so far with your home.
Well, a magician doesn't reveal their secrets.
You got that new landscaping and all that. I know you guys have been really taking the house to a new level.
Well, and I guess on a side note, I wasn't here on Monday, right? So a couple things did my weekend. My wife went to Mexico. I was a single dad, watched my baby for 4 days, right? It was great. I really enjoyed actually spending time with my daughter that much. It was really fun. And so, and I just felt like I was got to be better dad from the experience, which was good.
Good job.
Well, and you also got to feel like you could actually do it.
I can do it.
It was a real-
Not bad. You
I
could
can
do it.
do it. I can absolutely do it. It's a lot of work. It's an exceptional amount of work. But
She
I
survived.
could
You
do it.
survived.
But during that time, I was able to, with the help of my parents, to come over and watch her for a little bit. Me and my dad insulated the rest of my garage. So remember how it was
The
only
whole
an
thing?
eighth insulated on the roof?
Yeah,
Full insulation for Grant Hot Trees
Eight
family.
eighths.
That was
Right,
nice of you.
nice.
You're such a kind and caring human.
Thank you. 7 bats of R30 insulation, right? Went through and laid everything down between the studs. It took me and my dad an hour and a half to do it. I did not know it would go that fast. You have 2 people up there, it goes quick. And so I have a fully insulated attic space now with still all of my above garage storage, the city that I
Okay.
have built up there.
Correct.
I would say it helps slightly. My garage is maybe a couple degrees warmer.
Well, it
but-
helps when you're in the garage. It
helps-
doesn't help so much the people
well,
above that have to live in that.
Oh no, they're gonna freeze to death.
Yeah.
But what's gonna help me
But the
though?
floor will be warm for them.
Running the heater a little bit, right? So,
Ooh, nice.
What I also purchased, I did a lot of research on this for anybody interested. If you're looking for a propane heater, I know propane, right? Run in a garage, be smart about it,
Hank
right?
Hill approves.
I ended up purchasing it's called the Mr. Heater 540. It's got some of the best damn reviews as a propane top heater, right? It's like 45,000 BTU, right? I think
Pretty
is what
solid.
its max setting. It can burn through a tank in a matter of I think like 9 hours, or anything was even less than that.
Probably faster than that. At that setting, that's probably cranking.
And it can apparently take a garage. It can heat a whole house. The one heater, it's a 360-degree heater.
Square footage-wise, though,
but it
to
just
give
goes
people
on
an
top of
idea.
your tank. It's just a crazy beast of a thing. So my idea is heat the garage up 10, 15 degrees, get it to where I want it, shut it off, and hopefully the insulation in the ceiling will help keep that temperature about the same, right? Maybe I lose a degree every 30 minutes, and that's fine, but as long as I can do that. So that's my new temporary heating solution till down the road I can afford to do a real heater.
I like that.
Anyways, I did that, and then that was it. Actually, that was
very
the-
nice.
You look like
Love
you're
that.
ready to say
And then
more.
and then me and Dane and Jimmy and Glenn had a Warzone win on
nice.
Call of Duty.
Nice.
And
To
that's
her
a
credit,
huge-
Glenn helped carry that at the
huge
end with
accomplishment.
Jimmy.
I
So
like
a
that she
big
asked.
win.
She was like, "I thought you guys could play video games."
Yeah,
Well, that was a little
when she
kinda
wins
cold.
something, she gets very confident.
Yeah, so
very
we're going to
fast.
stop giving her compliments. is
Yeah,
what we're
I
gonna
think we need
start
to
doing.
dial
And
that back a little.
Honestly, we're probably just going to give her a harder time
Yeah.
in most day-to-day
A lot
life.
of friendly fire happening.
Yeah.
Yo Hurl says, hello, hope you're all doing well. We are doing
up,
well,
dude?
man.
Hey. Hans.
Ice cold Dane Hennon got rock
Oh,
hard.
no. I'm like, what? I didn't even look at it, and then I just pop it up.
Anthony's
Oh,
auto detailing saying good afternoon.
good
Oh,
afternoon.
dude, that's a great detailing.
Dan
What a
Pfeiffer
good name.
shocked that Hans would say something like that. David Boyce says, Anthony, the condition you just described is called Raynaud's condition. We see a lot of it in the medical profession from our smoking patient population.
What is he talking about?
Raynaud's condition? The condition that you just described. What condition?
Raynaud's.
Oh, your hands.
My bad circulation.
Bad circulation in your
Oh.
hands.
I've pretty much always, I've had that ever since I was a kid.
Oh, well,
My mom also has that
you have
too.
Raynaud's. It's
You got-
from
I think
people who
my-
smoke a
My
lot.
sister, well,
You were a heavy
you know,
smoker. I
heavy
know that.
smoker. Pack
Yeah.
2-3 packs a day, right? Keeps me going. But yeah, I've had it since I was a child, so I guess I never
weird.
really.
Spend a lot of time in garages with propane just coming out.
A lot of propane smoking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, propane smoke.
Hans, just a square.
Invisible, I don't know what he posted.
Mario says, what's the latest on the Diamond ProTech Pro line? Actually, Mario, I have a meeting tomorrow to find out an update on that from them. So I will hopefully know more next week.
If you haven't tried the current stuff, though. please do.
Rotan 502 saying, can you put PPF over a ceramic coating?
No, not really.
No, not really.
Wasn't that
Well,
something that
yeah.
Optimum used to?
That was because they created a slip solution that created a tackiness
Yeah,
that
but, I mean,
you could
what's
do
the
that.
point?
But,
I mean,
Okay.
there's no-
Yeah, and I mean, it's not super necessary.
Dane, we've
in this
lost
case.
all of our
I'll get the
questions.
feedback, but hold on. We got another one coming up.
Han saying, nope, won't stick anymore. Other way around is possible, though. That's correct. You can put a coating on top of PPF.
Yes, you can.
And then
There we go.
Tyler saying, happy Friday Eve, TRC crew. Got to the bottom of your facial towel disappearance. Customer support team tells me they're set for re-release. My wife will be happy. Thank you, Tyler. Well, we're glad you were able to get to the bottom of that, and I'm thankful that the support team was able to take care of that for you.
Yes, just a heads up. I'm clicking on these and nothing is loading, so I'm going to reset my
Okay.
page and see if it works. Cellular data's turned on. Okay. Bear with, please. Just a moment. It is not playing nice. Okay,
All right.
we'll try this again. There we go. Okay.
Gorilla
that looks right.
Jeebus is saying,
Maybe.
greetings from Germany, meine Kerle. Does using a prep spray noticeably improve bead maker's performance? Yes, it actually does.
On an unprotected car, absolutely. Kimberly says, whoopsie, carbon fiber vinyl or standard PPF for hood. Does vinyl self-heal or is that just PPF? Vinyl will self-heal to a certain degree with very light marring, but not like a deeper scratch.
Some better than others.
PPF, a lot of self-healing PPF will actually heal I won't call it a deep scratch, but a deeper imperfection.
If one specifically
There are a
points it
lot
out
of
as
new
a feature,
colored PPFs
Yeah.
and patterned PPFs. So
Yeah.
you could find a
2 for
carbon
1 kind of
fiber
thing.
PPF,
yeah.
printed PPF. Flexi Shield's making a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And you could do that. So.
Okay. Good call.
And then Gorilla Jeebus, how come Diamond Protect Body is more hydrophobic than Body 36, although both having nano diamonds in them? It's the concentrations of each one. That's basically it. So
What does that mean?
it's the concentrations of the mixtures of each one. So that's the thing that most people seem to think like, oh, we're just going to take 20% of this one and 40% of this and this and 60% and that. It's really a little different. It's instead of how do we make this? Instead of a cake, we're going to bake a cake, right? Delicious chocolate cake.
Oh, I love chocolate cake,
Right.
yeah.
So we've got two different versions from the same company, right? One is going to be a super ultra moist chocolate cake.
Oh,
It's going to have three
a Matilda cake?
Matilda cake. It's going to
I
have
love Matilda cakes.
3 eggs in it.
Oh my god, I'm literally my mouth's
But
watering.
I'm gonna make this German chocolate cake
Uh-huh.
for Dane because he likes that stuff.
Yeah.
It only has 2 eggs in it in the
so
mix.
Still pretty good.
Still gonna be good. It's still gonna be delicious.
Yeah.
You're not gonna
I prefer a
know.
higher concentration of eggs.
Well, then that's what Anthony's cake is gonna have. The 3 eggs. It's gonna be a little more moist. It's gonna have a little
There's
more
not enough
more
for you,
oily.
Dane.
The point is,
I want to eat your dry ass cake.
point is,
Thank you, but no thank
point
you.
is, it's the mixture
Yeah.
of said cake. Realistically,
Okay, of the
we've got the ingredients. We're going to change a couple different things. So, Diamond Body has that higher concentration of the hydrophobics. It doesn't have near the chemical resistance that
Or
Diamond
the
Body 36
longevity.
or the longevity that Diamond Body 36 has. However,
There's give and take there, and part of the ingredients list, right?
it's part of that list, yeah. And you can kind of tweak and change each
Yeah,
one.
you
for
can
that.
improve certain characteristics by dialing back maybe some of the other appealing things
Agree.
about other products.
But I will say that the hydrophobics of Diamond Body 36 are still freaking
No, they're still
fantastic.
insane.
I mean,
They're beautiful.
Like I said, I was driving, Katie's car for pretty much this whole weekend. I did back into a light pole. I'm not going to talk about that. But the water repelling on the hood, on the windshield, and all of that. I mean, it's insane, dude. I mean, it's pretty crazy. What the beads, even besides the beads freeze, right?
Yeah.
I got to see the contact angle of a frozen bead of water. Freaking crazy, man! It was insane. Like the
so
bead
like a
itself
little
froze.
pebble of ice just on top of
Yes,
the...
like a perfect, almost a perfect like sphere of ice, right?
That's impressive.
I thought it would have froze flat, right? But the bead itself froze. I mean, it just freaking froze. Like a cold snap hit
Yeah.
and just froze. I was like, that's
That's
insane.
really cool.
That's pretty
actually.
wild.
Yeah.
That
Pretty
was
cool.
like that.
We should try to recreate
Yeah.
that because it's sweet to see.
Gorilla Jeebus says, and thanks for the great content and Q&A.
Well, thank you for participating.
Tyler says, I believe Woos are available in Canada still. Nice.
No,
There you go.
nice.
Harry Housewife says, ball pits are just pits of bacteria. Last ball pit I went in with my children, not just on my own. I swear the balls were just sticky and smelled like fallout remover.
Woo, don't say that out of context. Okay, we got the John Caddy.
Hey, TRC crew, how long and how many washes after using 3D Trim Care Protectant before I could use a trim coating like G-Technic C4 or similar? I've never used 3D's Trim Care Protectant. I will say, based on solution finish, they do like to wait about a few hours at least, at lowest, maybe an hour. The goal is to try and make sure that you have enough product on the surface and a fresh, clean surface that it's not off-gassing or releasing anymore.
I think he's
in the
asking
plastic.
how long until
How many washes could you use
how many
it
washes
before you coat it?
until he could coat? I mean, like,
Yeah.
how much cleaner does it need to be before he can jump to C4?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Based on solution finish, I would use Solution Finish until the protection is there that you want, or the darkness is there, and then dry it, wipe it all dry, and then...
You're still supposed to use a little bit of alcohol.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You have to have enough to counteract that. Yeah. So that when you wipe the alcohol on it, you're not wiping any of that black back out.
That's true, Levi.
So I kind of give it about an hour between coats, wipe it down, 2 to 3 coats, couple hours, few hours at the longest. Make sure it's dry. Use your prep spray, and that it's not removing any of that black before you coat it.
All right.
Agreed. We have JB that says, TRC crew always killing it. Congrats, guys, on all those record sales. Y'all earned it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're working on it. We're trying hard.
And big shout out to those guys over here for fulfilling all that stuff. They've done an amazing job.
Service, the website team. I mean, everything's running pretty smoothly.
And I'm going to make a point here before we move on to the next question.
Yeah.
We could use some more questions. We're already on page 1, guys. So go ahead and throw those out there. We can spend a little more time on each one if it comes to it. But go ahead. Even if it feels like, oh, that's a dumb question, I don't know if I should ask. Ask it anyway. It's totally fine. We welcome it. So please bring it on.
Harry Horsewife says, Mike C., send him to my channel. He will see my Liquidator video and my Cyclone video, and he will soon want to buy.
Yeah, it is a pretty addicting video to watch. I was impressed. The Cyclone in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Really great.
Amazing.
All I'm saying is he's finding uses well outside of the parameters of what we sell them for.
I never really know where it's going, right? Till about halfway through, and I go, this is amazing now. But at first, I'm like, oh no, Aaron, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Your pants came off, and
you're firing up the lotion.
I don't know if you're naked. You know this, but you're naked in a tub.
Yeah. Abel,
tastefully shot.
Abel Celestial Jr. says, was this year's Black Friday your best in sales this year? I have a feeling it was. It was, yes.
Yeah. We actually talked about it at the dinner last night.
Yes.
Bear Wilson. Oh, Harry Housewife Darren saying, man, I love grape soda. Please bring me some.
See, a fellow grape soda enjoyer.
I am surprised. I'm surprised.
Bear Wilson saying, we love FSC in our area of Northwest Florida. It's been a godsend. Also, QF is a try for interior wipe downs. And on your screens, learn that in Atlanta, and it is choice. Yeah, Bear, it's pretty dope. Abel, Shasta, man, you go way back. Is it still around? Yeah,
Yes,
it is. It's available at Winco, HEB.
Expensive now.
It's a premium brand.
The whole point.
Shasta's
They're
literally
banking on
almost just as
nostalgia.
much as some of the other name brand Pepsis or other name brand sodas. It's just that Shasta is consistent in its price, where maybe like Pepsi might get it on a sale. You might say, hey, do I got like a 12-pack for like $5 or whatever it is.
Right.
Shasta is like always $5.
We don't discount.
Yeah.
They're like the OG.
Yeah.
They set their baseline and they're not
set their
changing
baseline and they just roll with it. But man, nothing like cracking open a good old Shasta pop, right? Cola flavor.
Specifically, Miller here saying Mountain Lightning. What's up, everyone?
Oh, nice. There you go.
Is that what it was? Is that what it was?
Mountain Lightning, the counterpart to Dr. Thunder.
So, but Mountain Lightning
was your Mountain Dew.
But did that have any affiliation with Shasta?
Probably.
It was a Shasta flavor.
It was a Shasta. Can somebody confirm that?
We'll find out.
Fairly
Kimberly saying PSS is nice on tires, Bear. Shine lasts. You're right.
Is.
David Boyce, hell yeah, Mudbuster on farm equipment. I bought a gallon last week. There you go. That's a good one.
Yes.
Bear says PSS has been our go-to on tires for a while. Once dry, though, it gives a perfect look to a clean tire and almost no sling at all. Yeah, it's pretty
such
rad.
a thin product when it goes on, but it looks amazing.
The occasional gentleman. Hi, team.
Not all the time.
I recall y'all saying that the Twist and Shout may possibly be discontinued, and noticed it was a doorbuster this year for Black Friday. Is the product indeed getting discontinued? Yes, that was the one product out of everything that we.
So if you love it
doorbuster.
and it's still available, buy it.
Yeah,
Better grab some.
It's just with the Gauntlet, the Double Twistress, the Liquidator, the 1500. It's kind of gotten lost in its.
Some people
where
get
it needs
confused.
to go. It's a great towel, but
redundant.
We got towels that are better, and honestly, it just didn't make sense for us anymore.
It makes it a great towel on its own, though. So there's no wrong way to use them or pick them up.
Yeah.
All right.
Harry Housewife saying, man, being deep, but being a dad is the best part of my life.
Aw.
Can be testing, but pretty much a full-time dad, but honestly, I wouldn't change it.
Yeah,
pretty much a full-time dad.
It's pretty much the most rewarding thing ever. Something that Dane may never know unless he starts now. Dane.
You know it's not cool pressuring people.
Oh, sorry.
Your parents are waiting.
Good thing Lucy's around to keep them all happy.
It's about what that literally that
Thanks,
was dinner.
Anthony.
That
You
was
saved my
dinner
bacon.
last night. That was dinner last night. Your
Dane's
parents came
sat with
and
me.
sat with me, and
Lucy.
they sat with me and Hadley.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And like your mom was
Yeah.
like taking Hadley around,
There
and
you
like
go.
they were she was helping Lucy by cutting up the bread
Yep.
for her.
Yeah.
Like your
And where
parents
were
came
you,
and sat with
Dane?
us.
Where were
They're
you
true
sitting?
sons.
Literally back to back with those guys, but I was at another table because they were full, and I didn't want to be rude and leave them just to join another table. So
yes.
Sure.
Well,
yeah,
it
I was
just
being courteous and
sounds
thoughtful.
like
and
your
you're
family
having-
wants more of sense of
Lovely
family, and
conversation.
that's why I was there.
Yeah.
It's almost as if we're already.
Yeah, your mom was
family enough for
talking
each
about.
other. It's
Your mom was
great.
talking about how she was able to host Thanksgiving and she couldn't wait till she has grandchildren running around.
She didn't mention that part.
Yeah, she didn't have to.
Oh,
Nash Smiley saying that's what I do, Anthony, with my kerosene heater in my barn, except it's not insulated and has a 20-foot ceiling, so it goes away much faster.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't miss you, bud.
Yeah.
Harry Housewife saying, I have it too. Raynaud's can be painful. I've never smoked, but I believe using a machine that vibrates can cause it, and I'm not sure, but I'm saying so sensitive to cold.
What the heck is rain? What are you guys talking about?
That's that weird thing you have with your hands.
I've
I
had
know
it
that
since
mine
I
is
was a kid.
osteoarthritis.
I've had it since I was a kid. Okay, and when I say my hands aren't turning purple,
You
it just-
literally say
it
they
just-
turn purple.
My hands get
Said,
very,
my
very
hands
cold,
turn purple.
and it takes a
Those
while
words
for my
came
hands
out.
to
It's
heat back
on
up.
video. You literally said that.
So it was kind of a sarcastic thing. So they don't actually turn purple, but they will turn pink. I mean, they get freaking cold, but it's usually just my hands and my feet. That's pretty much all that's affected.
Okay. All right. I understand.
And it could be
Okay.
passed down from generation to generation from, my Portuguese heritage.
Probably. You're not
Actually,
designed for the cold.
Actually, came from my mom's side, so it'd be my Assyrian.
Yeah, you're not designed for the cold.
Right.
Yeah.
You have too few
I
northern blood in
thrived
you.
in an island environment, apparently in
Yeah.
previous lives,
Yeah.
as well as probably part of the Mediterranean,
Yeah.
Iran area.
Yeah. A nice warm climate.
warm climate. And now look at me now,
Yeah.
a Northman
Yeah.
with my
Wow.
1% Norwegian.
Yeah.
You're
Putting it to
really,
the true
banking
test.
on that 1%.
that?
Unlike I said, you're really putting it to the test.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm making my
You're-
forefathers proud.
I hope so. That would be
Right.
great.
But I'm the only one here
1% of
willing to
them.
take an ice bath, apparently.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah,
L&L Detail Supply, Long Island Detail Supply saying, so we moved the 1500 like crazy over the Liquidator. It has probably been answered before, but what is the main difference between the two?
Liquidator is roughly 12, almost 1300 GSM. I think it's 1200 GSM or 1100 GSM. It's roughly around that area. I can't think of
The
top of my head.
1500 is 1500.
The 1500 is 1500 GSM. The 1500 is larger
and has a longer twist, I think.
and has a slightly longer twist, but they both have the hemmed edges. Liquidator has two sides to it, at least on the smaller versions. The bigger version is one solid color. But the 1500 was designed to be a truck towel. It was designed for very large jobs, whereas the Liquidator was designed for more
Everyday
consumer
use,
use
yeah.
and everyday use. So it's crazy. Do you know whose idea the 1500 was?
Yeah.
They're yours?
The Ram owner. What I was going to point out, though, is
Because I
as
own a
far-
2500.
I need to humble myself.
As far as
maybe
this-
a 2500 GSM, we do that next. It's just
It's a
as
bourbon, the
far
2500
as this
Ragnarok.
sort of phenomena is concerned, when it comes to something vastly outselling something else, I think it does come down to how stuff is perceived by people who may not be deep in the microfiber world all the time and stuff. They see the 1500 as something that is the absolute pinnacle in this space.
Yeah.
It's something that stands out above the rest
It's
because,
got the
oh my
largest
God,
number.
it's just huge and it's red and, it's the kind of thing that pops out in social media. So someone sees it and goes, I want that. Like,
Well,
it's one of those things that does it. Liquidator, though, bang for buck, I would argue the Liquidator is an amazing.
I do love when people...
And it's not a quality difference. The both are great towels, but it's just, I think it's a perception.
I do love when we have some of the people, the naysayers, that see a towel that maybe we create or our factory created from maybe somebody else, or maybe somebody that is a distributor of ours that sells the towel but doesn't say it's a rag company towel. It's their towel.
Yeah.
I like when those folks get on and go, this company has had da-da-da-da-da forever, and then they give you the link, and you go and you're like, yeah, that's our towel. That's our towel. It's our towel.
Oh, yeah, when somebody thinks they're about to one-up you, and
Right.
you're like, you
And they
just
go,
proved my point.
and they go, can't believe you guys just copied them. And we're like, yeah, it's our towel.
It can't be much more of a copy than to be the original.
It is one of my favorite things to
It's
watch.
literally the
happens
same.
more often than you think. Hans Kozen says, "What are you drinking, Dane?"
This is I would normally never touch Code Red, but this is what was available in the fridge.
It's a Mountain Dew Energy from our friends at Pepsi.
But it's a
Code Red.
Sugar-free version. So
Sugar-free Code Red.
5% juice in it.
Energy.
Yeah. It's got just a little bitty amount.
So we're big fans of the Mountain Dew Energy. The Code Red has been delicious, but we have an abundance of it.
Right.
And so there's too much of it in
the
here.
whole fridge is just that.
And that's what's left. And
look at it every
I was
day.
talking to Pepsi Pete, and he said if we wanted to swap some for something else, we
Please.
could.
We probably
Just box
should.
it back up into a 12-pack and hand it back to me the next time I
Sure.
come through if you want to get rid
They
of some
are
of those.
Yeah.
A-okay. It's
Yeah.
just too much of one thing.
And I'm just really not drinking that many energy drinks
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
I'm just kind of
More
cutting
water.
back substantially.
Yeah.
So I would like more of those delicious Propel fitness waters. Those were great. They were thirst quenching.
Yeah. So we have a bill in there that we need to pay.
Oh.
We'll have to bring money.
Yeah.
Yes.
We can't get
Then
any
we can get more product.
It's a communal thing.
Yeah.
So on this
No
note,
one's brought any money in this building for like a month
we will handle that.
for
So,
sodas, so we can't order anything else.
apart from that, we have
we've been
reached
told.
the cutoff point for this half of the show. So I'm going to let everybody know, don't worry, we're not going too far. We'll be right back, but we're going to give you just some fun messages for the next couple of minutes. So while that's happening, enjoy them, watch them, leave us some comments, come up with some new questions, throw them our way, and we'll get to them as soon as we come back. Just a couple. See you
All
soon.
right. See you soon. All right. And welcome back. Dane
Look at
Hennon
us.
is taking care of a little bit of business right now on the phone, going over some, I think car maintenance.
car maintenance and
things.
land deals. That's his new thing. He's like,
Is that what it is?
yeah, getting got to
Dane,
get
we
the
didn't
oil
see
change
that.
on the
Yes.
Jag and purchase some
right.
prime property in East Boise.
Well, just taking
He
care of a
just
little
realized that he doesn't live
suspension
there,
work.
and he wanted to be able
Yeah.
to be a part of that. So
Got to be an East Boise man now. Got to work on that. Anyway,
Tyler
welcome
Cruz.
back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of Q&A Thursday.
Speaking of drink, I need to go to a different.
Anthony's got to get himself a drink now.
Well-
this is what this break is for. As you can see,
Yes.
I have nothing. Anthony, get me something. Tyler Cruz, what are you guys using at home for an air compressor for blowing out pads, etc.? Tyler, go watch our Relatable Garage videos, and you will
Yes.
see what Anthony and I use. We both use the Husky Silent Flow air compressors. Mine, though, is now sistered to two different compressors.
You
I have-
enjoy the sistering.
I love sistering. I have 3 compressors now, all running in unison.
Okay.
With the Husky Silent Flow filling up all the tanks. So
busy machine that is.
It's filling up about 20 gallons total of air.
How long does that take?
It takes a lot longer now with the third tank.
Sure.
It's a 5-gallon tank, the new tank, and it's all right.
The first is always the fastest, and then gets
the first 5 fills fast. The next 10 fill fast, and then that last 5, for some reason, it takes a little bit.
It's having to pass through.
It passes through all those, so
Another
it's got to
one.
push
Yeah.
the air over into the next
Makes sense.
receptacle. So I'm working right now. I have not a very great cistern system built. I'm going to do it with a little more hose, a little more bigger unit, or bigger hoses, so it can really push that air back and forth quicker. However, I will say it is really nice to not run out of air anymore. That's been probably my favorite thing about it. But that's what we use because it's relatively quiet, far quieter than any of the oilless or anything you could get, and it's inexpensive. That Husky Silent Flow is like $239, and you can buy it with a 20-gallon tank for like 15-gallon or 20-gallon tank for like $350. Dane, like that's the air compressor you need at your house.
Okay.
Like it will do everything you need it to do. And
Because I got a little 18-volt Ryobi right now, and that's all I use. Because I don't go through as much
no,
air
but
as you guys do.
I think if Anthony and I came in there and we said, Dane, here's your air solution package.
Yeah.
And we built it out for you, and you just ordered it, and we came over on a Saturday. We set it up in the garage, got it all going and ready to go. You'd be like, oh my gosh.
Oh no,
I would
enjoy
you would
that.
do it all kinds of stuff. You just blow out your driveway.
I mean,
We'd hook
that
up the
would be
thing and you just
appealing.
blow out your driveway with it.
sure.
And you'd be like, done, nice.
Yeah.
Or going, my shoes are a little dirty. You take it out there, hook it up to a thing and blow out your shoes, clean up your stuff.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, I got all kinds of stuff I can blow.
Well, wow,
That's going to be
Imagine that.
I think you'll like it.
busy
I think it really
fella.
hit you.
Okay.
So, but no, I do it. Honestly, that's how I clean my garage. I just blow it out into the
Yeah, you
driveway. Yeah.
You're done.
So Nash saying, Dane and Anthony, my brother and I play Warzone 2 a couple times per week. If you ever need a squad fill, hit me up.
Well,
there you go, Nash.
I'm sure you can find us on there. Go ahead and send us a message on Facebook or something. If
Follow
you
Dane's Twitch streams.
Oh,
that's the other thing.
You can see me play poorly if you want.
Harry Housewife, Anthony, do you want a Matilda cake when you are over? I'll get my wife to knock you one up from her bakery.
Ooh.
Darren, because Anthony's not here right now, I'm going to say a yes, because I too will also eat that. The Sam Squatch saying, happy Thursday. I hope you're all doing well. Wondering, if I want to wash clay and wax, do you recommend a wax? I have an ultra clay towel. Yeah, you totally can. You're perfect. You totally can do that. You can do a wax. You can do bead maker.
I would say the beauty is it doesn't have to be a wax. It can.
You can use any of your spray sealants that you want or favorite spray sealants. You can do the same things pretty much. So
maybe check out the video with Sydney working on it.
Yeah, honestly, the wash clay seal video is really great for that.
It's a recent video. You'll be able to
Tyler Graff saying, do you guys have the washer mod done on your Rupes tools? Pros, cons. Oh, Tyler, washer mod was so 2012,
That's
2013, bud. No. So I will say no. None of us have it. I did have it on my first generation 21 that I bought in December of 2013. I did have it on there.
But I think after we got to know Dylan there and all that kind of stuff,
once we physically built our tools,
we understood the machines even better at that point. It was like, oh, you don't need it.
Plus,
a lot of people will swear you do, but you don't. You just
the Mark II engines are more powerful.
Yeah.
The Mark II motors are more powerful.
Yeah.
So you don't have that need. So whether it's a 21 or a 15, there's no need for the washer mod. It complicates the machine. People say, oh, I can tell the difference. I will tell you, in almost a decade of using Rupes tools, it's not true.
That.
So that's how I feel about that.
Okay.
But yeah. And then Franco, hey guys, is there a glass vial ceramic coating you recommend for a first timer, or are they all pretty equal in the way they apply? Diamond glass, I think you'll enjoy it. That
Diamond
or
glass is awesome.
PNS Inspiration View.
Also, that vial is the wrong kind of vial.
Vial.
That's vial like disgusting vial rather than a glass
VAIL.
Yeah,
but
fun, though.
But no, Diamond glass and Inspiration View by PNS, two of the easiest glass coatings I think you could use on the market today.
Easiest, yeah.
Can't go wrong.
Sure.
G-Technic makes a great glass coating
Harder
as well.
to use.
That's a little harder to use.
It's multi-step.
Well, they've got two different versions, but they each have different speed breaks as to when water breaks from the windshield. So one's a slow speed, one's a higher speed break, and they both work amazing. Yeah. But if you're talking about the easiest to start for a first timer, can't go wrong with Diamond or Inspiration View. Joey Belinsky, what's up, fellas? I cleaned the exterior windows on my house this weekend and gave them all a thick layer of bead maker afterward. That rain is just bouncing off.
Nice.
As a window cleaner, son of a window cleaner, you can appreciate that kind of.
What do you think of that?
No, so I bead
work,
makered
especially in Southern California.
I bead makered my windows a few times. I don't know. It's almost beading is fine, right? It's okay, depending on what kind of water is hitting your windows. If it's rainwater, it's not that big of a deal. If it's sprinkler water, that's when it becomes an issue. If sprinklers hit it, it beads up. Let's just say those water beads do not drip down or fall off as they should. Sun hits them, that's when you're left with water spots. So to some degree, it's almost nicer to have a window that doesn't have any protection on it.
Yeah.
To where it actually just kind of sheets off naturally. But it just depends. It just depends on the situation. Like I said, I've enjoyed bead maker on some of my windows, whereas others, I did, what's it called? I did Sonax's,
BSD?
not BSD. I did, what's the other, seal and spray, whatever the heck it's called. I can't remember the orange bottle. Spray that on there, then rinse my windows and add some protection that way. And that was actually pretty good for quite some time.
That might be an easier, quicker way to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
What about G-Tech's like Easy Coat? Could you do that on your
Easy Coat can work. I don't know. Again, I usually add nothing. I'm happy with it.
Okay.
It's not slick, but
Well,
how often
you're
you go
talking
through
about
windows and
vertical
fill it.
surfaces. For the vast majority of homes, you're only talking about vertical surfaces. Maybe you have a skylight or something occasionally, but other than that, almost all of them are going to be vertical.
Yeah.
So
Frank L says, would you guys still use CSL as a coating, and when? As all the time.
Yeah.
CSL is a fantastic coating.
It's a great coating.
I would recommend it just as much as I'd recommend any other coating. I mean, CSL is a
It
great.
depends on your needs.
It's a great starting coating. It's a great intermediate coating. It's a great pro offering if you wanted to offer it as a pro.
CSL XO is still an amazing combination.
Great combo.
I mean, I'm going on 2 years on CSL XO on my car right now.
Which one?
And on my Civic, and I haven't had any lack of protection on that entire car. I mean,
it always looks good.
8 seasons now, it's going pretty damn good. And so I recommend that combo. I mean, it'll last could last upwards of 5 years. Typically 3 is about what most people see. But yeah, give it a shot. Sam Squatch says, I have a twist and shout, still works like day one. I did order a 2-pack of the Liquidator as well. The more the merrier. Absolutely.
Can't argue with that.
Absolutely.
Fletcher!
Hey,
I haven't seen you, man. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Dane, Anthony, and Levi. Dudes, I'm stoked. Tuning in today during a tattoo appointment.
Ooh,
nice.
That is a
Perhaps
Q&A
a Q&A
first.
first? Yes. Hope your
Yeah.
week is great,
What does your
guys.
artist think?
Hope you're doing well, buddy. Tell your artist hello.
Yes.
And
Maybe he has us
try
on
not to twitch.
Maybe he has us on speakers. We're all just
Hopefully.
hanging out with
Hopefully.
him,
Yeah.
his tattoo artist,
Hopefully
having
he's
a good
enjoying
time.
it. Hopefully he's laughing.
Maybe not laughing too hard, right?
Oh,
Because,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
You'd hate
Yeah.
to miss.
Well,
right?
laughing and crying.
There's nothing more
possibly.
fun than hanging out in a tattoo parlor with your buddies getting tattooed or
So
that kind of stuff. I used to do that all the time.
I've never gotten a tattoo, Levi, so I don't know what that feels like.
It hurts.
Is it fun when you have like the vibes of friends
When you
hanging
have the
out?
vibes, yeah, it's good vibes, chill vibes. Got some
Yeah.
good music, good art on the walls.
Take your mind off of
Got
what's
some
actually
sodies.
happening.
Got some good sodies, chilling out, hanging out. Maybe you're gonna go have a couple cigarettes in the cool, frosty air.
Ooh, as a break, right?
As
Take
a break.
quick
Take a break. You want to go smoke? Yeah, let's go smoke.
So you go out there, do that.
That's
not anymore, but
but that's what I did. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed my the old vibes of that. And when we were in Vegas, I thought about it. I seriously contemplated calling my buddy right before we left. I was like probably 2 months before we were going to go down to Vegas. I was like, I'm going to get a tattoo while we're down in Vegas. I'm going to go see my friend who did most of my artwork. I was going to give him a call and be like, yo, we need to get this done. Because he's still does Justin. Justin goes and gets tattooed almost every time he's down there.
Justin Pate of the Rap Institute?
No, Justin Andrews from Factor 55.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So Justin goes and sees him and gets a new tattoo while he's down there. That's part of his ritual during the week. So I had brought it up. I was like, I was thinking of hooking up with Josh. And he goes, oh, yeah, Josh moved back to Idaho Falls.
Oh.
And I said, what? And he goes, he's taking care of his mom. He's moved back in to take care of his mom, and he's going to be working at a shop in Idaho Falls for right now. And I was like, oh, man, dang it. Yeah. So he had just like moved, like was leaving like that week. And I was like, dang it. So I need to give Josh a call and just say, what up, buddy? Because we were thicker than thieves for a number of years. And so it's always hard when you get too far away and you just start losing track of time. But so we got a bunch of tattoo friends that are tattoo artists still, Loyalty Tattoos in Salt Lake or in Davis County, right there, Clearfield. One of my favorite shops, the boys over there. Here in Boise, Ink Vision still top shop. Pyramid Tattoo still a top shop here. So a lot of great stuff.
So hello, fellow patrons of tattoo shops.
So what are some of the things that you do before you'd go to get a tattoo? I mean, you'd go get yourself a big 40-ounce Pepsi, right? Yeah. Maybe you get yourself a couple packs of smoke.
Prepare your body for the occasion.
What I get with my menthol, my Marlboro Blue 72s.
Yeah, and then
shorties.
Is it smart to take a bunch of blood thinners before going?
No, because it depends on the person.
Yeah, I don't think that's good.
It depends on the person.
Just based on,
It depends on the person.
Physics.
Some people it doesn't bother them already. Like Carly can sit and get tattooed and it's nothing to her.
Yeah.
I get tattooed, I get a little twitchy.
Your wife's got some tattoos. She's got a few.
Yeah.
Right? She had a whole sleeve?
No, she's got half sleeves and her forearms and elbows, or forearms and wrists.
What do your kids say when they see the tattoos?
They don't even notice them.
It's just part of them. It's just part of mom and dad.
Yeah. They don't ever ask. They never see things. Once Hadley saw it and said, that's a big 6 on my arm. And I said, I don't have a 6 on my... And then I looked and I was like, oh, I have an airline. Yeah. It was in the shape of a 6.
Huh.
That's what she saw. And I thought that was unusual.
Okay.
I saw that. Every once in a while, they'll say, oh, I didn't know you had that. Like my kids.
They'll forget.
Like, I haven't been tattooed in 20 years, kids. Like
they've been there a while.
Dad hasn't been tattooed since, I think I was 26 or 27.
Yeah.
Maybe no. I think I was later than that. I was almost 30. I hadn't had Hadley yet.
Okay.
So I was.
Well, it's
29.
always it's your knuckle tats that establish how hard of a character you really are. Though.
Right. When you got those, you know.
When people see the knuckle tats, they usually go, "I'm intimidated."
Well, I mean,
by that
short
man.
of going right onto the forehead.
He must be really mean.
Not true. But
Randy Ricochet
saying, thanks again for another enlightened Thursday afternoon. I'm off to physical therapy for my 5 bulging discs, and we'll enjoy the rest of the show tonight. Getting old ain't for sissies. You're right, Randy. Enjoy that physical therapy. My wife asked me, because she goes, what happened to your shoulder or your elbow? And I said, it locked up the other night, and I screamed out in pain while they've been gone. And she goes, do you need to call your orthopedist? And I said, he's just going to prescribe physical therapy to me, and it's going to be me sitting at a stand with a friggin' bike pedal.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do this for 20 minutes.
And then he's going to
go, cool, go backwards.
$60.
I'm going to do this. And then they're going to scrape my elbows they're going to do some A-stem and scrape my elbows and go, if you want to get Tommy John surgery, this will fix it, but it might not fix it. And I'll go, okay.
How much is it? Really expensive.
Yeah. So I said, I think I'm just going to scrape my elbows and do my own, because I have all the bone pieces. Like they're chunks of bone that you can like drag over with lotion.
Animal bone?
Like animal bone kind of
smokes.
thing. And you scrape
and
you pull down and you try and break up all the leftover calcium in the elbows.
Just doesn't sound
That
good.
sounds
it's painful. Your mom had
gnarly.
it. She said
Levi got Charlie horses, and when we were in Vegas, we were sleeping in the same room together. He screamed out in the middle of the night. I go, "What's happening?" He's like, "My leg."
The ghosts are
I
attacking.
woke you up, and you were in the middle of a beautiful dream that you could not get back into.
I couldn't get back into it.
Wow.
That was a beautiful dream.
Stole that from
Chaz
him.
Hopkins saying, "Good afternoon, all. I just got my Camaro back from getting diamond coated. It looks amazing.
Nice.
Hopefully with some Diamond Protec."
Yeah, good call.
Grant Hotry, best thing to do with your kids over Christmas is sit down with down, turn off the TV, and start hitting the bender. Sit down with down, turn off the TV, and start hitting. Okay, I don't know what that means.
I feel like that might be some slang.
I think it's an Australian thing.
Probably, yeah.
It's not Australian. He's not
I think
Australian.
so. Antoine saying, I oversprayed some cleaner on my dash, and now my touchscreen has some defects in the screen. Can I polish it out or something? No. Not on the touchscreen.
Don't touch the touchscreen, man. You'll
Pretty
remove
much
that
it.
coating. You'll make it worse.
Yeah. Grant says, sit down with them.
And turn off
rather
the
than
TV.
start hitting them.
Turn off the
Because I was
TV and
concerned that's what it's
start
saying.
hitting Bender.
Is he saying start hitting them? Because that seems like bad advice.
Hashtag Bender. Does that mean like start drinking?
Futurama Bender?
Harry Housewife saying, 1100 GSM, the Liquidator is unbelievable. You can see the difference between the cheap versions compared to the TRC one. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Frank
Or
L.,
like
is there a
going
reason
on a
you don't
bender?
sell Flex polishers? Do you all like their polishers? Thanks. Keep up the good work. You rock stars, Mike Front. Thanks, man.
Thank you, Frank.
Frank L., we are good friends with the team over at Flex.
Very good
and
friends.
this year for 2023, we're going to start doing a lot more with them. I can't speak on anything else other than they make great machines. We've always said the Pixie, the PXE80,
That's
is
one of our absolute
favorite. If you've watched Anthony, we love using that flexible shaft.
Yeah.
Gets into all those tight spots and it connects
Yes, it
to the
does.
Pixie.
Yeah.
It does.
Now we don't sell them yet.
But we have them in the studio, and we do
But we
use
have them on the wall in the studio on the other side of the wall there, and you can see them in a lot of our videos.
And there's a lot of people that live and die by the 3401. It's not for me, but I mean, there's a lot of people.
Yeah,
that
you
love the
tried it,
3401.
and
a lot
you
of
just
it's
kind of found
personal
it wasn't
preference,
for you.
know.
Yeah.
So,
But I want to point out, there are many products and companies out there whose products we really enjoy, but we don't necessarily carry everything.
Yep.
And that's okay. We like to help promote things, even if we don't sell them.
well,
in
we
some
just try to
cases,
be a little
because
more.
We like the people involved and we like the products, but maybe it doesn't make good business sense for us to carry some. I'm not saying that's the case here, but I'm just saying.
Well, I'll
overall,
just say there are detailed distribution companies that will literally grab everything they physically can,
yeah,
and put it up for sale.
and we do not do that.
And our goal is to, if we're going to bring something on, we're only going to bring on the things that we feel vested in and the things that we feel that you're going to get the best bang for your buck out of and the best use of, we want to make sure that when you spend your money with us, you're spending it wisely.
Yep.
And you're spending it and it's not on something frivolous or something you don't need. So as of right now, you'll notice we only sell 3 different versions of the Rupes.
Yeah.
That's it. Like we've got the Nano, we've got the new,
we still have the old 75
HR, we
too.
still have the old one.
That's 4.
But that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's really only 3 types of Rupes polishers. There's 4 at the moment because the new one just came out. And we're trying to blow out old stock. But those are the polishers we use. And if and when we bring Flex on, it will be the exact same thing. We're only going to carry the machines that we're going to use on a day-to-day basis because we want you to feel confident in what you purchase. And that's why we do that. And so if, some people go, oh man, they're not carrying this chemical line. And like Dane said, there are products that we use that we love and we don't sell them. But a lot of it is we try to manage the growth of our company. Our growth has been huge. The brands we bring on are amazing and top-notch, but we want to make sure that we're continuing to keep that on and keep that level and trajectory of these are products that Anthony and I myself use, and we want to be able to provide that same education and quality to you. So
yeah, no, that's totally valid.
Sam Squatch, for myself, the Liquidator is like the IK Foam Pro 2, already phenomenal. And as time comes, you'll have the 1500 like the IK Foam Pro 2 Plus, just taking it up to that next level. Very nice. JP, oh God, dead ass, like for real, bruh, how fire is absolute rinseless wash. If it's dank, that's a fat
Jimmy,
bet.
is that you?
Is it Jimmy?
I mean, that's for real, on God.
On God.
I mean, really, on God.
Daytona Wallace goes, wait, how many companies are selling your towels but under their own name? I don't know. Yeah, figure that out.
Probably even more than we're aware of in some
JP
cases.
saying, how important is pre-treating vehicles? Just watch a Vermigel video and notice that he always pre-treats before he foam cannons. Isn't that the point of foam?
Not
JP,
always.
that is a European method. That is how those foam cannons are. There are pre-treaters that are available that you can put on beforehand, like a Forest or Power Clean or any of those. Green Star, any of those. There's a lot of that.
Active-foam?
I do that. Well, they're saying before they foam. Putting a pre-treat before foaming.
That's different. Okay.
Now, technically, that is the normal way, is pre-treat, then you use a foam, and then use that, but it doesn't really matter. Pre-treating is what you want to do first anyway.
Pre-treating can look different in every shape or form.
We do a more targeted version a lot of times.
Well, you can pre-treat with an APC. You can pre-treat with a fallout remover. You can pre-treat with a lot of different... An acid. There's some different combinations of pre-treaters. It depends on the situation, the car, what you're doing, what you're removing, what you're doing, what your service is actually going to be for that day. But for the most part... I mean, doing a pre-treatment, is really fast and it's really helpful. Maybe when it just comes to the wash itself, and it depends on how long that car it's been washed since it was last washed. I mean, if you got a car that you're detailing that hasn't been washed in 5 months, heck yeah, I'm pre-treating the lowers. I don't know what's on there, and so
I sometimes pre-treat the whole car.
Yeah,
if it's bad enough, I'm just going to soak.
And so
the whole thing
whether you're throwing it into an IK sprayer and spraying a pure liquid, whether you want to foam the product, whatever you want to do, it's never a bad idea, but it's not something that you would do on your own car every wash. There's no reason to do that.
Like your red Civic.
Right. I would never pre-treat it.
There's no need.
There's never no need.
You know where it's been, whereas with a customer's car, you may not know. So it's
or like your Ford Flex that you just bought.
Yeah, I haven't had many opportunities to wash it myself. So
well, you've had zero opportunities to wash it
I put
yourself.
it through a car wash twice.
Right, but I'm just saying, if
touchless.
Yes, I don't do the brushed ones.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, point is though, if Dane did buy that car from the dealership, we noticed that it wasn't washed.
Oh, it was swirled to hell. It
wasn't detailed.
Even as a white car, I could tell.
But that is a time when I'd go, I don't know the history of this car, and it's not at the level or quality that Anthony's Civic is at.
Correct. You take it back to square one.
Or say Gabe's Land Cruiser.
Yeah.
Where they're both set to this like level of where you're like, oh, those cars are religiously cared for.
Yeah.
That's when I wouldn't use a degreaser on the body.
Yeah.
I'd use it on the inner fender wells, tires, normal stuff. But even when I have my detail shop. But your car, I wouldn't hesitate.
Right.
Because I know I'm going to detail it. I wouldn't hesitate to degrease the whole vehicle or APC the whole vehicle before I do anything.
It's a little insurance policy.
Spray it, knock all the heavy dirt off, then foam, or build a chemical foam. Go watch the Dirt Nasty video, guys. That's literally what I just did.
Exactly.
It's literally what I did on a car that we didn't know the history of how it was.
Yeah, Audi wagon. Yeah,
it's great. Avant. Franco, I had the hard Mountain Dew, 7% alcohol, if I remember correctly. It wasn't bad. There you go. Jasper B.
What that would be.
What's up, guys? Hope all is well. Remember how I asked how to get rid of scratches on my PPF getting scratched by the dealer? Did you heat it up? Grant Hawtrey, anyone have thoughts on recent Pints and Polishing podcast that took a jab at a well-known detailer in the business after SEMA? Grant, I haven't listened to that episode, but you've piqued my interest, and I think I will, and I think I know who you're talking about. But we'll see what happens.
I haven't listened.
Pat Welsh says he drank Tang as a kid.
Hey, Tang was fun.
Tang was delicious. I was always pumped to go to a friend's house who's basically said, "Hey, do you want a glass of Tang?"
Or if they had
it's a
Sunny
kick in
D.
a glass.
Sunny D
Tang
also.
was a kick in the glass. Literally, that was the tagline.
It's a good line because kids feel like they're being edgy
So
when they say it.
Sunny D on a hot day was the worst thing you could ever have.
remember
Speak
you
for
get that-
yourself.
no,
I love Sunny
no,
D.
No,
on a
but
hot
you get
day.
that junk
Dane,
in your
you get
throat.
that
You
junk
get that
in your
film.
throat.
The film. There's a
it's
film in it.
Pure sugar.
Yeah.
That's
But see,
what it was.
So
unlike
that was
real
the one
orange
thing that I
juice,
loved
it's
about
not
Diet
pulp.
Pepsi is I didn't get that. We would ride our bikes, and we would go to Albertsons on 16th and State when we get done, and it'd be a hot day, and there'd be that one kid that would go get the small Sunny D
Yeah,
bottle,
yeah.
and then I had this one healthy kid that we used to ride, and he'd always just get water, and the rest of us would all buy Diet Pepsi, and he would make fun of us because he's like, the one kid that got the Sunny D would be like,
Always clearing his throat with the
as we're
phlegm.
riding back, and the other kid was like, "Yeah, that's what you guys all get. You should have been drinking water." And we're like, "Yeah, well, you don't know, dude. The Diet Pepsi doesn't do that because there's no sugar in it."
The carbonation is scraping your throat.
So I told you guys I was a latchkey kid for a couple of years,
Sure.
right? And so after,
you were homeless.
It was
my.
just a latchkey.
a latchkey requires a home
orphan.
to be a latchkey.
Yeah, I was not an orphan. I
orphan.
just had no.
You're just
there's
left
no, there's
home
no
a lot
after
on your
school.
own.
I had no after school, help to watch me, right?
Oh,
so I went to
okay.
latchkey,
You had
right?
to fend for yourself on the streets, the mean streets of Meridian.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and my favorite part was they did give us certain treats and snacks and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite thing was going to Latchkey, and then on a 100-degree day, they go, "Hey, here's all your little Sunny D bottles, but this is all you have to drink, right? Other than you can go to the drinking fountain and go grab water. There's no water cups or water dispensers in the buildings, right? You had to go across the way to go get it." So I just remember drinking the Sunny D. We're all playing kickball out there. We all have that film in our throats, so we're just spitting out Sunny D, like the really the spit that's so sticky. Where you're just like, "What is this?" Like all these kids were choking.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah,
So-
and they're like,
And all the advertising was dedicated to athletic children
Yeah,
so-
that
all
was
the
that was some
kids
questionable
with Sunny
marketing.
Delight.
All the kids were like, "We hate
Nothing
Sunny
like a
D."
hot day
And
and-
so
I feel alone because I actually like Sunny D. My hard part with Tang was the people who got it. There was always somebody whose mom never mixed it properly, so they had a bunch of chunks and still left.
Oh, that
in
was
it.
fine. It
And
was
so
good
it was
for you.
gritty. It was
good for you. It's got
actually
vitamin C.
gritty. Whereas Sunny D, I felt like
No.
I cleared my throat a lot, but it was not as bad because it came
that film,
pre-made.
Dane, was
Whereas Tang,
disgusting.
it always required mixing in.
Sunny D is gross, and so that's why Capri Sun's not that much better, but it was better than
No,
Sunny
Capri
D.
Sun was the best as a kid.
Yeah.
I love Capri Sun.
Yeah.
But anyway, I felt like watching the ads. I could be like Alex Mack.
Yeah.
Turn into
Yeah.
liquid and go.
The John Caddy saying, "I don't know if it changes anything, but 3D Trim Care is a lotion-like clear polymer, no color added when used." I probably wouldn't do that, or I would reach out to 3D and ask if it's okay to put a coating over the top of it. But I don't think that would work because of the fact that it's got polymer. It's a polymer base, so I would check and see. And then he says, "Susan tak for genon tänkte svar fra Väst Norge."
Care to
He's also
translate?
a friend of ours from
Okay,
the Norwegian
yes.
areas. Neil White saying, Grant Hottree heard about that. And then Daytona Wallace says, "Is the husky silent really that quiet?"
You guys seem to think
It's
so.
quiet,
It's
man.
decent
It's
enough.
quiet. If you've ever taken a pancake air freshener
Yeah.
or any of the Harbor Freight oilless, these things are rattle traps and they are noisy as all hell. Now, my old Craftsman,
relative, okay?
that is my main sister tank, it goes, buck, 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 buck. That's how it sounds.
Like an
It's a
old-timey one-cylinder
It's a
motor.
straight up,
Buck, buck, buck.
Dane, it's the best sound ever. It's so cool. But it takes forever to fill up.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't use
Yeah.
it. I never plug it in because it just takes so long. It takes 30 minutes to fill 15-gallon or 10-gallon tank. Where that Husky Silent Flow, I've got a
quiet.
oilless 5-gallon. I've got that old Craftsman single cylinder puck 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 puck, and my Silent
just
Flow.
love that sound.
Turn all three of them on. My puck puck's the quietest. That oilless that my dad gave me that I'm
Yeah.
using solely as a sister tank. If I plug that thing in, it is like a
Because it's
rattle.
oilless.
It's a monster, and it scares the crap out of me when I turn it on. Where my
Well, this one
Husky
makes me
Silent Flow,
jump.
my Silent Flow
Here.
goes. I'm like, yeah, not too bad.
I
I've been
literally
on the phone with you guys
did,
when that's
yeah.
been on. I've done podcasts where
Yeah.
it's kicked on, and none of it's ever been like, oh, Levi, you got to go turn
It's
over
the
your
best
compressor.
compressor I've ever owned, and I've had no issues with
The
it.
decibel level is tolerable.
it's
Probably
very,
in the
very
60s.
tolerable.
Yeah, you don't even.
70s.
It's
That's
on,
a reasonable
it's on,
level.
But you don't know. I was telling him when you were out grabbing drinks, we need to give Dane a build out.
Your hearing starts hurting
garage.
after about 80s,
a garage
90s.
build out for like an air compressor, like maybe a silent flow, like 10 or 15 gallon.
No, but Dane will always cheap out in one area. He'll say, well, hey, I know you guys recommended this, but this was $20 off. So I picked this up, and we go, yeah, but Dane, that wasn't the right
But that's
one.
on us. But that's going to be on us as his friends.
Dane knows he does it too.
To anticipate
Well, this
that.
was $20 off.
Because I know
sale.
how often I use these things, and it's
I
minimal.
know.
But what we're saying
But
is
your
if
dad
you
is
let
a
us-
buy it once, buy it right guy, and you are not that same guy.
You are not.
I'm that way with certain things, but not most
So
of this
here's
stuff.
where you come into to where you listen to your brothers here who say,
Yeah.
Dane, just let us do this for you. You pay for it because we're not paying for your
Yeah.
stuff.
No,
but
of course not.
We will come help you set it up on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And I told him he would enjoy it because he would be blowing out his garage. He'd be blowing out his driveway with it. And he'd find uses for that hose.
Sure.
Where he's like, oh my gosh, this
You can
is
do
great.
a ton of things with a hose. I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Okay.
It's not, no, but it's true. Dane, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is so nice.
I don't
Especially
doubt
if we
it.
just show him how to turn it on and
Well,
off. He's going to be like, wow, this is amazing.
I have a reel. We could get you a reel on yours to where you can reel it up. Easy stowaway. I mean, it's nice.
I would like that.
And then when like Liz goes, hey, my lights are on for my tires, you can be like, oh, got that.
little
Fill
We're
up
done.
the tires. I did that this weekend
Yeah.
on my car.
Yeah.
Have it
and
right
then,
by
you
the
know,
door.
and then maybe we'll get you a Sawzall just so.
he called it that again. He did it again.
So then,
Well, he's got to clear some land.
Yeah.
Gotta
it's like a
fell some
Zoomer
trees.
talking about pizza. It's a Zaza.
I use a Sawzall again this weekend to cut up some old MDF that I need to get
Ooh,
rid of.
nice,
Right?
Yeah.
I can't believe how good that freaking tool is.
fun.
Oh,
It's the
man.
most fun I've ever had with any tool. I can just cut through anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally like I feel so manly when I'm using that. I just look around for more things I can cut through.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
dear.
insane.
You can cut through glass. You can cut through wood. You can cut through metal pipes.
You start
electrical
eyeballing
cords,
trees in
Yeah.
the neighborhood.
tires. You can cut tires.
Yeah, it's
All kinds of
crazy.
stuff.
I love it.
Whatever you want.
Look
and
out, Meridian
then-
Marmot.
You can cut a roof off a car.
Could.
I mean,
we could build
that's
that
something
car. We were
people
trying to
have
get
used
Dane to
those
buy.
for.
We have Jasper B says,
Instant convertible.
"What's up, guys? I asked a couple weeks ago about healing my PPF that got scratched in my BMW dealer. Well, the sun took away most of it, but there's still some deep ones left, and won't come out with a heat gun.
Okay.
With polished compound, would you recommend? What polished compound would you recommend to start with? I was thinking Rupes Blue Wool pad matching polished DA course, or would Rupes Protect be better if the
Uno
PPS
Protect or
has
Uno
ceramic
Advanced
pro
could
in it?
do it.
Nope.
But it's almost due for its yearly top coat, so I figured it. Hold on, Dane, you're moving around too much. Figured it might be a good time to polish it.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't do any of those things. I would replace the film.
How obvious is it? Like, is
That's
it
the real
obvious,
question.
obvious? I mean,
if it's so obvious that there's a line in it that you can't get out that didn't self heal, you're not going to be able to polish that out. 2, you're going to use that compound polish to cut through the coating that's on it now.
True.
You're probably going to burn and melt that part of the PPF, so you're going to damage that sheet of PPF.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's cheaper to just replace that piece.
That's 100% true. Levi.
That's what I was thinking. Like with
It's going to be
advanced,
quicker,
you could
faster,
fill it.
easier.
Stronger.
I wouldn't even do it with advanced.
not even
I wouldn't
with
even
it?
touch it with it.
Okay.
I would literally just replace that panel. Jasper, that's
All
it.
right.
I would literally tell the dealership, you guys you put a scratch in my car on my PPF. Thankfully, it's PPF. This is all I need done. If it's a piece of a fender or a door or
Yeah.
half,
It
the
depends on what your description of a scratch is, because if it's like
Yeah.
a little mark or something to where it's not.
Yeah, send us a picture, Jasper. Levi at
It's really gonna
theragcompany.com.
depend.
I'd love
now,
to
if
see
they
it.
did it, you do have a leg to stand on.
Yeah,
there.
and if they did it, I'd just
but
have
if it
them
wasn't
replace
them, it's going to be a lot harder to try
Yeah.
and convince them to be the ones to replace it.
Oh. Jay's Cars channel says, Ant Dog. Hey, man.
Hey,
Happy Friday Eve, bros. Curious, do you guys see ceramic or SiO2 sort of making its way into rinseless wash? I know there's already some waterless wash products with that.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, no, there's a few out there. I mean, I know that Wolfgang has their Uber rinseless with SiO2. I know that. Who else is doing SiO2? Well, technically, I mean, Optimum's technically
Yeah, OptiCoat.
technically
The OptiCoat Yellow.
The OptiCoat Yellow has been doing
No
it for
rinse.
far longer than everybody else. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad thing. I don't know. I don't really have it. I mean,
Yeah, the thing is though, I like the versatility of a rinseless wash. I like being able to use it for glass cleaning. I like being able to wipe down interiors with it.
Most people
and I don't
using-
really want one with an SiO2 or a
most people
ceramic
using
in it to
toppers
do that.
anyways.
Yeah.
So
It's
kind of-
counterintuitive to me for that reason. There's nothing wrong with it, and if it works for you, go for it. But
yeah,
in the way and style that I work in detail, that's just it.
yeah.
all right.
Tyler Couch says, I'm new to detailing. I said couch, Dane. I'm new to detailing. Can you give me some recommendations for entry level DA polishers, maybe with a budget of $200? What specifications should I consider with making my purchase? So $200, that could really get you into, I mean, it's going to get you into some basic stuff. So Porter Cable 7424, which is one of the easiest polishers to ever learn on. You change the backing plate on it.
Short throw DA.
Change it to a 5-inch backing plate from Lake Country. Throw on a 5-inch flat foam pad, and then have your way at learning. You're going to learn the fastest on that machine. It's going to last a hell of a long time. Now, the trade-off is that a pro-level machine? It's not a pro-level machine. Can you do a pro-level job with it? Yeah, it would take a little bit of work, but you could do it.
It's going to vibrate more.
Your other option would be picking up a used Rupes 15 LHR 15 ES model, or ES.
You can find 15. Them. They're on eBay. They're on. There's some of them. I think some people have them on Amazon even, or just even go through your local marketplace, Facebook Marketplace. But, you could probably find a detailer getting rid of some product or some tools.
A Rupes 15 ES would be a great starting polisher. It wouldn't break the bank. It would still last you quite some time.
Well, and they've got that deal if you go on their website where they do the refresh.
Honestly,
factory
that's
going
to be the best.
You just pay them after you buy it. You pay them, and they'll rebuild.
So you might be able to find a Rupes ES 15 ES on eBay for maybe $100, a little over $100. You buy that. You get it back to your house. You send it off to Rupes in Colorado.
Pay them another $75 to $100.
Yeah, they do a refresh on it. They fix everything, change the brushes on it, put maybe a new cord on it, whatever they need to do.
Lube the
motor, send it back to you. It's
gearing.
a brand new machine.
That would be the absolute highest quality option. I think that's the best way to go out of all these. I know some people might say Griot's G9 or something like that.
It's like Dane buying a used Jaguar.
But here's the thing. I did my research, and I knew it would be the most reliable out of all the Jags, so it actually stood out. Now, the point I'm going to say is this is kind of reading between the lines.
Well, it's literally how Dane bought his Jag.
A particular brand that a lot of people like in that kind of price bracket. There's some people who are very tempted. A lot of people recommend, just get this one. It's high quality. It's cheaper. They're not. So if you kind of get what I'm laying down here, avoid that particular.
I'm not going to say that the Rupes, that the Griot's, the Griot's polisher is not a bad polisher.
I'm not talking about Griot's and the Rupes are great. And the Porter Cable's great.
I know.
The other one that everybody's going to throw out there is the option. Don't do that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, God, it depends, man. It depends on how much you want to get into this. If you literally think you're going to buy it just to move on to a different hobby,
how much are you going to use it
2 months? Then I don't care what you buy.
Like riding motorcycles.
But if you're genuinely wanting to learn, I would try to stick with the brands that are going to, benefit you the most in the long run. I mean, I'll give you a heads up right now. I've had my Porter Cable 7424 for 9 years. How many years have I had that for? 9 years, 8 years? Still going. Change the brushes on it, but it's still going.
But it's built like a tank. It'll keep going.
Yeah,
it's not the issue. It's just a lot of vibration compared to a more premium experience with the Rupes.
I know.
Used Rupes
Ivan
will be
LaCroix
the best.
will say, not the Porter Cable, because Ivan, I think, helped with a lot of the R&D on that. He's not proud of that machine, but I think that machine's a fine machine.
It's a workhorse.
Put on a speed setting of 5, and you let it rip.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jasper B says, super appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have some idea how much help you guys are every week. Thank you, Jasper.
Thank you,
we
Jasper.
Appreciate it.
We're glad to know we're helping.
Ryan Rigdon says, missed last week, which I've only done a few times since you guys started the Q&A. I had a good excuse, though, as we had to bury our beloved pet who was just shy of 20 years old.
20 years old.
It's good to restore the family, the Friday Eve. Well, sorry for your household.
I'm sorry, too.
But that is a long time.
I was going to ask, if it's not too insensitive, what kind of animal was it? I'm curious. Living 20 years old is a long time.
Hopefully it was a crow.
I'm thinking like a cat or a bird can live that long.
Wolf.
Dogs rarely live that long.
A wolf could do that, maybe.
I mean, a wolf hybrid or wolf could live that long potentially, maybe. Yeah. But a normal dog rarely lives anywhere near that long.
Kirby Thompson.
Yeah, I'm curious now.
What type of vehicle is the perfect candidate to test out Glacier? I purchased it for my inventory on future jobs. Whatever you want it for, man. Just play with it, Kirby. There might be a car where it hits and you're like, man, that's the right stuff. But get to know the product. It's very unique. And it needs you need a little seat time with it. So play with it. Find a neighbor's car and just say, hey, let me play with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna clean up a fender, maybe hand polish it or machine polish and throw a little bit of that on there and see what happens.
Jasper says, thank you guys. You're a lot of help. You're welcome, Jasper. Not a problem.
Of course.
Ryan says, thank you for providing my weekly medicine. You're welcome, Ryan.
Welcome, bud.
Franco laughing. Jay says, also meant to ask, is any of the Diamond coating products recommended for plastic trim. So they all can go on plastic trim, but we really, guys, we're trying to get away from coating plastic trim because of the fact that once it coats, you pretty much can't restore it.
Can't do anything for many years.
Many years. And
I will tell you right now, my Dodge Ram, remember when I coated it in C4, right, on the exterior trim for, I think it was almost a year and a half, almost 2 years, not a dressing would stick to it. I'm finally able to redress that plastic again and actually have something stick to it.
Same thing with
and
the
I'll
Suburban.
tell you right now that it locked in that deepness for a long time.
It did great.
But then eventually it started to gray out, and I couldn't do anything about it.
grayed out fast.
I would spray out something on it, and it would literally just bead right off, and I'd go, crap.
Yeah.
And now that it's started to deteriorate, the coating is deteriorating, I can now redress it, and I'm just using solution finish.
And that's where I'm at with the Suburban. It's like I am almost 100% against coating trim now, just for that reason. Because of the
You
fact,
can use like over-the-top sealant.
like I said, I tell people if it's a brand new vehicle, coat it. Oops,
Whoa,
sorry, Dane.
jeez.
If it's a brand new
coat it
vehicle,
because it'll hold up. It's got
coat
enough
it because
UV
it's brand
inhibitors in
new.
there.
You've got plenty of UV inhibitors. You're going to save it. It's going to help it.
It's when it's already
and you're not going to hurt it. It's when you have to restore plastics that are a couple years old that have already been maybe not cared for or not taken care of. Then I would restore it and to just use over the top, like use solution finish and use solution finishes over the top sealant, because you have the capacity to be able to touch up and redarken those plastics in a fraction of a second.
Yeah.
And it's going to look 10 times better than living with grade plastics for a year because you can't break that ceramic on them.
I have a question before we move on. On my Flex, there's that basin at the base of the windshield, really kind of fried looking. It's gray, all that.
Yeah, that I would
recommended
solution
approach
finish.
for somebody. Solution finish,
solution finish, solution finish, solution finish.
And
That's
then
it.
don't use over the top sealant or anything like that.
I would put a couple coats of solution finish on it to make sure it's fully loaded in there, and you've replaced a lot of the colorant. And then once we've let it sit and dry, I do multiple coats over a couple different days.
Okay.
And then at the end of that, then I would give you over the top, because by then you should have a good 2 years
Okay.
in blackness
Yeah.
on that plastic, and then put the over the top as just your every 6 month top up to keep it protected.
Now, considering how fried it is, any recommendation before I go putting any kind of
Alcohol.
sealant on there? Okay. Yeah. So alcohol
More
pre-treatment
More
first.
alcohol.
Okay.
Scrub it down. So
JP says, is there a way to cut out half of the commercials during the post-live uploads? I listen to these while detailing, and sometimes it's annoying having to skip through the second half while
your
my
hands are wet.
no, it's
Well,
just it's easy to just listen to it. There are ads, man.
I'm here to say it is possible.
Just the podcast channel, the old episodes.
That's right.
Have the commercial cut out.
So
at the
here's
halftime.
the thing. In case you didn't notice, after Q&A goes live here on the main channel, we let them sit for a few days, and then by the time the next Q&A comes around next week, this one disappears from our regular video feed here on the channel. It still exists as an unlisted link, so everybody who has the link can still use it. However, we re-upload them onto our TRC podcast channel, which is where we do our main show podcast.
Right.
But you can find the special cut episodes of Q&A over there. So if you're looking after the fact, I would say go check out over there, and that's where you can get the episodes the way you want them, with the parts cut out that you're not interested in. That should cover the whole thing for you. All right. We got Brett.
Sup, use the new Absolute in my IKR sprayer as a quick detailer between washes. Worked great with my Rag Company microfiber, the name escapes me, and a gauntlet for drying. Awesome, Brett.
All right.
Congrats.
Glad you used it.
Ron Ayotte saying, running late to the show. Hello, TRC and company. What's up, Ron? Better
Yes,
late
sir.
than never, buddy.
Ayotte.
Harry Housewife saying, oh no, someone used the words flexible shaft. QG Davis.
He can't be far behind. He's got to be around.
G will show up here for his moment.
Jay says
in the
Anthony
light.
loves the flexible shaft on the Flex PXE80 polisher, bro. Same here.
It is nice. I mean, it's very usable, right?
Philip Van Boeven says, I'm going to miss the twist and shout. That is my go-to towel for medium-sized SUVs and doesn't get caught on emblems like the twist loops. That is a
true.
twist loop,
Yeah.
but it's a short twist loop.
Yeah,
It's a short
it's a
file.
short.
If you want, you can move over to the double twistress.
And FTW
It's a little
can do
smaller,
some
but
similar things.
a couple
but-
double twistresses are pretty good. Jay says, Harry Horswife, Jinx Bro.
Oh, we got $10.
Hey.
Super.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you.
Thank
That's
you
very
very
kind.
much.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Very
Oh my
kind.
gosh. Thank you. We got Brett saying, also, have you had any experience with
Revivify?
Revive? I've not had any experience with
I
Revive.
do not know
I
what
don't know
that
what
is.
that is.
Feel free to let us know, though.
Yeah. And then Joey Belinsky, the pump on my Multi Pro 2 is really loud and squeaky when I pump it. Any ideas, or is it time for a new one?
Eventually, it will get squeaky, and that's just kind of normal. You could try to relube the inner portion of the tube. So basically, what you do is you could either twist off or yank off the clear tubing on the inside the actual mechanism. So you'll pull your head off. You have the head in your hand, and you have that clear tube inside there. That's where your pump goes in and out of, and there's a black kind of like it's like a black silicone lubricant that they use, and I don't know exactly what type it is, but I know it's a grease really, and you could put a little bit more grease in there to try to cure the squeakiness, but I don't know, I've just kind of accepted it.
We
The
should
price
ask them
price
what that
point,
is,
it's
though.
easy just to
Yeah,
buy
I can
it.
ask Yvonne next time I see him what kind of stuff they use, and if somebody were to re-lube their sprayer,
Yeah.
what should they use, and see. You could also try to maybe take some of that lube, because it's all over that.
Yeah.
You could take it from maybe some area of it and, wipe it in some other areas.
Sure.
Yeah.
It doesn't
So,
go.
Joey,
It doesn't go anywhere.
ask us next week, and maybe Anthony will have an answer from the source.
Ron Ayo saying Jamie the Cleaner had a video on his channel about using bead maker in a foam cannon. I tried it today, 52 degrees in December. It works awesome. Yeah, that was our very first iteration of God mode, was putting it in the IK Foam Pro 2.
It smells
Or
I
Foam
think,
Pro.
I think he's
Amazing.
talking about an actual.
I know,
foam
but they're putting in
cannon.
an actual foam cannon.
That's like
which is even more insane.
that's full on ultra deity.
But it
mode.
cuts it with water, so it actually, I think it
Yeah.
limits the amount of
Yeah.
how fast it flashes. Because when we were foaming it,
Yeah.
it was flashing incredibly fast. Those
Yeah,
monomers
this
were
Smell
flipping.
kinda
the
dilutes it, I
aroma
would
was-
imagine.
The aroma,
Amazing.
the aroma
It's the
in the
smell.
Foam Pro 2 is incredible.
it's
It really
why
was.
you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay's car says, I always pre-treat, rinse, then foam. There you go, man.
All right, page 1 coming up.
Darren J, I've just done a video on a pre-wash, and from the results, I always rinse before pre-treating in snow foam. And then and he says, Sunny D, yes. Joey says, Sunny D
fellow
had
Sunny
a
D
burn to
enjoyer.
it.
So he did a burn to it.
Toast saying, Leroy, Dwayne, and Andy, wishing you guys a weekend from the deep south of Northern California. Thank you, Toast.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for the new nickname. I'm gonna
Grant
roll with
saying,
that.
I miss Sunkist soda.
Ooh, Sunkissed.
Franco, my kids still drink Sunkist. They drink zero sugar Sunkist.
All right.
Franco, interesting fact, if you pour Sunny D through a pure water filter, then all you have left is Curve Cologne.
What?
Funny, gross.
Curve.
Oh man,
That's hilarious.
That is specific.
Curve is very specific.
Yeah. Harry Housewife saying, can we hear that sound again, Levi? I think you mean the... Franco says it's a vial. And then G. Davis says, congrats to Alex on Hulu, picking up 8 episodes of his gritty detective show called Duar, Private Dick.
No, it's Doer.
No. If we pronounce it Duar, it can be a Duar Noir.
Duar Noir.
Yes.
Private.
And then John Caddy goes, just so you guys know, translation from the Norwegian Brit was, thank you very much for the thoughtful answers from Western
Aw.
Norway.
Oh, is he
Thank you.
Pretty close,
right?
yeah. Hans says, Levi, are you able to sell the red truck yet, or are you keeping it? Nah, it's just sitting there at my house.
He's
Yeah.
involuntarily keeping
G.
it.
Davis says, Levi, I had that Tommy John surgery in my 40s. It has a high success rate, but the recovery time is very long. However, it was definitely worth it for me, though. It's getting there, dude. The fact that it woke
Baseball
me up in the middle of the
emoji.
night is the first time it's ever done that. So,
Yeah.
Harry Housewife, quick one. What's the longest you'd keep Absolute in an IK sprayer? Shake it up a couple times till it runs
I
out.
feel like I'd probably I use any type of rinseless that I have diluted in an IK sprayer usually within a month on any no matter.
Yeah, I mean,
no
you're not
matter
gonna
which
leave it
one
for
I
like
have.
Now make
6
sure you're not
months.
leaving any pressure.
Mine only
in the
lasts
canister
for
when you
mine
do it.
only
I'm
lasts
not
for
in a
about a
trace
year.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mine only lasts for about a year, or I mean a week. I mean,
Yeah.
before I have to refill it because
Yeah,
I
if you
use
mean
them
it's
every week.
triggered, then
Yeah.
So,
That's not a
M. Garcia, does it matter if I connect my CR spotless system at the water faucet, or at the end of the hose, then directly to my pressure washer. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the help. I'm going to send that over to our resident CR Spotless System, Anthony Fisher.
I'm not really an expert in
User.
there. We did, however, just get 2 new filters
I saw
that
that.
I'm
Yes.
very excited to install because let's just say when the media team started filling up the floor cleaner with spotless water, I was like, oh no, that's expensive.
That's a waste.
And so we're not going to do
And I
that
have a
anymore.
bypass specifically designed to shut
For
off.
that purpose.
So does it matter if I connect my sewer hose at the water faucet or at the end of the hose directly? So I run it from my faucet through a hose to the hose to my spotless system, then from my spotless system up to my pressure washer then out to my gun. So you can run a hose from the faucet into the CR Spotless, but I don't understand. Or at the end of the hose.
So he's basically saying where in the line it falls, will that change how well it filters?
No,
I don't
it's-
think it will.
It's
your
faucet
water source-
hose connected to the CR, then water hose out of the CR into the pressure washer. That's it.
You will always have the CR before the pressure washer. Yeah.
And that's the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
Is that it's doing the filtering before it gets to your
the
pressure
idea is that the
washer.
filtered water is going into the pressure washer and out of that. That's it.
It
G.
also saves
Davis
the pump on the pressure
says,
washer.
since Dane doesn't plan on having children, maybe do a cryo chamber video
no.
where he has a session with his legs behind his head.
Why?
Stretch you out.
Oh, and on a sadder note, Ryan Rigdon. she was a cat.
20-year-old cat. That's pretty good, man.
That's pretty
That's a
great.
great
though. It's a
run.
But I
long
know
life.
those good cats are
You
hard
should
to
be
come
proud.
by. And then M. Garcia saying, are we able to leave PNS brake busters in an IK foam sprayer for a long time without damaging the IK sprayer? Yeah, as long as you let the air out. And then Hugo, hey guys, I almost missed you. Best greetings from Austria. Thank
glad you
Hugo,
made it, Hugo.
for tuning in this late in the evening.
And I will always comment on your Lotus.
And then G. Davis, honestly, if I were ever to put my money on Anthony being the one to leave for Mexico and honestly, I would have put my money on Anthony being the one to leave for Mexico, never to return instead of your wife.
Oh, it's too funny.
Hugo Fireflies, from your standpoint, what do you guys see in the brand of Koshemi? Is it made in the Germany aspect or the professional products? Just asking from a European standpoint. It's everything. It's the fact that it wasn't available in the U.S. And we were on a short list originally to be one of the carriers back in the old days. And then once we heard that they were getting North American distribution, we jumped ahead because we wanted to make sure we were the ones to be able to bring that, because we like the brand, we like the people, we like the chemical, we like the
sense of professionalism.
They're
the
very
level of
serious about
professionalism,
what they
the
do.
science behind it.
Yeah. The team's very smart there. I mean, like they know chemicals extremely well, and I think that all in all, as a package deal, I think that they offer the most. I think the most experienced products, right? These huge big hitter products for something that's still relatively reasonable living here in the U.S. It's not like, okay, I'm buying $120
it's not
car
outrageous.
soap. It's nothing like that. But the products are still very professional looking and feeling, and I think that's a big part of it. So, and they're unique. A lot of the products are unique from what we have over here. I mean, the products react differently. Some of the chemicals that they have do a different job than the chemicals that we have here in the U.S. And so that's pretty much it. But So Scott Mattern says, I just got out of the dentist. I hope you all had a good Q&A. I'm starting from the beginning. All right. Check
Enjoy.
it out, man.
We'll see you here at the end. All right, we got Tom Kirby.
Kirby Thompson saying, PNS, Kyle uses the foam cannon with beadmaker for large RVs. Yeah,
Makes sense.
That's a great move. G. Davis, Anthony, your number one TRC resource for relubing and head manipulation.
Thank you.
Wow, what an expert.
Had some experience.
Very nice, very nice.
Wow.
Jay's Car Channel dropping a $9.99 super chat. Thanks for your time and expert knowledge, bros. You're welcome, man. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Very
And
nice.
then Christopher Cross saying, just got the last of my 3 Black Friday Cyber Monday orders. So stoked to start using all the new
Chris
stuff.
Cross.
I know. There was a musician back in the 70s that was called Christopher Cross. So when when the rap group Crisscross
I was going
came
to say,
out,
there was also Crisscross.
there was also the rap group Crisscross, the young hip hop group.
Crisscross will make you.
Yeah, they also. There was a funny time when I said
wiggity,
I like.
wiggity,
I remember telling my dad I want a Crisscross CD, and he goes, "Christopher, why do you want to listen to that kind of the music's awful?"
Yeah. I was a bigger fan of Chris Angel, Mind Freak.
Yeah,
I mean, performance
kind of
artist,
Chris.
yes. Just a different kind of performance.
a very strange
All right,
musician.
moving on.
Let's go more Steely
That's
Dan.
awesome. Congratulations,
Joey
Chris.
Belinsky says Green Curve was so good in 2004. No, Joey.
Joey, don't start this
It
trend.
was never good. Curve was never good.
Nostalgia is strong with this
I was
one.
I was rocking that Nautica Blue around that time. Actually, no, it was rocking Candies for Men. Not knowing that Candies for Men was going to end up being like a $300 bottle of cologne once that like aged.
Oh,
Candies for
no,
Men.
dude.
What?
I was a
Boys.
Hugo Boss
No,
guy.
Candies.
Oh,
I know,
wow, look at you.
I know. My
In
dad,
that time
but my
period,
dad wore
2004.
Hugo Boss, and I couldn't wear Hugo
what I
Boss.
did.
But trust me, Candies for Men, it was insanely good. And like a bottle of that stuff is so rare nowadays that on eBay they go for upwards of $400. It's insane. So I can't even buy one for the nostalgia purposes. It sucks.
Hilarious. David Boy's saying, I use Danko silicone grease on my pump foamer and my IK Pro 12
There we go.
foamer. I found
Hey,
it on Amazon.
That's a
There
solid
you go.
choice then. Try that.
Jesus Nunez, El Scorpion, El Alcantran. Any tips or recommendations for scuff marks on a truck bed? They're pretty light. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the knowledge. Alacran. I appreciate the knowledge. Scuff marks on the truck bed. Inside, outside.
Okay, good point. Good question.
Got to polish them.
Outside,
What is it?
hand polish would work great.
Payment surfaces can
rough it.
handle that.
Yeah. Inside, good luck. Hugo Fireflies, for lubing, conditioning seals, use some standard non-acid silicone grease or oil. You can use the one for household coffee machines.
Oh,
Yeah.
good
Coffee
suggestions all
machines use
around.
a lot of grease. Brett W. saying, I sent y'all an email to your info address with the Revivify link. Ugh.
Okay.
Next time, if you want to send something, send it to Levi at the Rag Company or Dane
yes.
at the Rag Company or Anthony at the Rag Company.
Info goes to those guys and they
goes
won't
to our-
necessarily know what this
yeah,
was about.
Hopefully.
So.
Harry Housewife, right, you beautiful bunch, TRC. And in the comments, thank you again for giving us a great Thursday. As always, some solid advice. As always, anyone watching, give these guys some love, like, and a sub.
Darren, thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Darren.
Too kind.
Franco, if anyone hates rolling up the Flexzilla 50-foot hose or equivalent, I found those cheap orange 150 electric extension cord reels.
wow.
Fits 50-foot
Whoa.
power washer hoses perfectly.
Interesting.
Nice, Franco.
Okay.
There you go. GR saying, hello, Levi, Dane, and part-time Anthony.
Hey.
Hello.
Happy to be here.
What's up, GR? And then Darren, also keep your guys open to see what I do with the curveball in the bathroom. Only joking, but I am planning my next
Oh,
one.
no.
That sounds fun.
I love that.
He's joking.
Kirby says, night all have a great time and an enjoyable end of the week. And then G. Davis says, I just watched Black Adam. I hope James Gunn can
Thumbs
turn
down.
DC films around.
Yeah, James Gunn
Hope so,
can
too.
So I haven't seen
definitely
Black
try.
Adam yet, but
No.
I probably will watch
Yeah,
it.
there's David Boyce. The crisscross. Levi, ride like the wind. Yacht rock.
Wind.
Ride like the wind. And then G. Davis, Christopher Cross, king of yacht rock.
It's all about that Christopher Cross.
Hugo Fireflies, any opinion on Surf City Garage?
Oh, I haven't heard that name in a while.
Used to be a brand equivalent similar to Adams, and I think they were owned under Adams for a number of years.
Oh, interesting.
I know they all just come from that same parent company that now is part of Adams as well. G. Davis, Dane is a fan of Crisco when home alone on a 4-day weekend.
I love baking.
And then Ryan saying, thank you all. And Antoine Armstrong, I still wear Curve. Going strong since 9th grade. My wife hates it. You know it's good when it's under lock and key at Walmart. And that is a great place to leave us.
To be
Thank
fair,
you,
I've been
everybody.
some places where literally everything is under lock and key at Walmart. It doesn't mean it's
Awesome,
good.
Antoine.
That's the
Yeah, that is
Best
awesome.
comment of this
That is the
stream.
best way to end this stream, though.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Antoine. You really made the show for us.
God, that's
stuff.
so funny.
Okay, anything left to add?
Now take us home, Dane.
Okay, well, you guys know the drill. If you haven't clicked like on this video yet, please do so. If you haven't subscribed to the Rag Company channel yet, please do so. And of course, know that we also have the Rag Company podcast YouTube channel where you can see reruns of the Q&A and fresh episodes of our main show podcast
right.
every single week. So, be on the lookout for those. And make sure you like and subscribe that too. All right, that's it, guys. Take care. Have a great weekend.
See you later.
We will catch you next week on the main show. See ya.
Bye.
See ya.